minds, just sing with us, say, who is like you, Lord? There's no one like the Lord. The weight of who you are, there are no words that can carry your weight. Who is like you? Oh, who is like you? Let the Lord hear your voice say. You want to see your Father seated on the throne? Yeah. With the angels surrounding the throne, crying, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty. This temple is filled with His glory. This temple is filled with His glory. Say, worthy Lord, worthy are you, O God. You are the Lamb of God that was slain for our transgressions. Worthy. You want to switch it up? Say, who is like you? Say, among the gods and among the lords, who is like you? You are glorious in holiness, fearful in praises. Who is like, who is like, who is like? One more time, say, who is like you, God? Who is like, Woo! Oh, Jesus, who is like, 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 who is like you? Say, who is like you? Who is like you? There's no one like the Lord. No one like the Lord. Who is like you? Who is like you? Who is like you? Nobody. Who is like you? Who is like you? Nobody. Say the weight of who you are. No words can carry. Who is like you, Lord? Who is like you, Lord? Who is like? Say the depths of who you are. No eyes have seen it. You are worthy, oh God. Worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. Oh, worthy God. Worthy God. Worthy. You are worthy. Worthy. You alone are worthy. You alone are worthy. Just press in some more. Say, you alone are worthy. You are worthy, God. You're a worthy God, yeah. Worthy, worthy, worthy. Say you are worthy, say. Who is like unto you, O God? You are a worthy God. Oh, worthy God, worthy. You're worthy to receive all the honor, all the power belongs to you forever. You are worthy, worthy. Lift up your hands in this place, say worthy. Say, who is like you? Who is like you? Who is like? When we searched all over, we found there was nobody. We tried other things, oh, but we found that there is only one, there is only one God. He is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the one who never breaks His promises. Oh, He is the God who brings water from a rock. Hey, He is the God who takes His people through the desert. He is a miracle working God, the one who is able to raise the dead. He is able. He is able. He is able. He is mighty. He is glorious. He is powerful. He is Jesus. He is Jesus. Say you are worthy. Worthy God. Worthy God. Worthy. Worthy God. Worthy. Worthy God. Worthy. Sing the song until you believe it. Sing the song until your soul knows it. Sing the song until you believe it. Say the depths of who you are. No one seen it. You are worthy. You are worthy. Say the depths of who you are. No one seen it. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. You say the depths of who no eyes have seen it. Yeah, that's real good. Say you are worthy. You are worthy. The depths of who you are.
One thing in life that you must avoid, guaranteed to drive you paranoid. Negative people, oh gosh, negative people. They exist just to kill your dream, all your passion and your self-esteem. Negative people, oh gosh, negative people. You alone control how far you could go. So take another road when they tell you no. To make you feel gun shy is your only game. Oh, oh. No matter how they try, they can't out your flame. So no matter what you meet in life, no matter the pain or strife, don't give up, no, don't give up. You only fail when you fail to try, so don't stop trying. Winners never quit, quitters never win. So when the mountain you start to climb, one thing I want you to bear in mind: don't give up. No, 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 don't give up. You wanna reach where the air is red, shine from deep within. Winners never quit, quitters never win. One thing that come and wrong in rap, soul aim in life is to make you stand. Negative people, oh gosh, negative people. They just don't want you to get ahead. Will cut you down by talking instead. Negative people, negative people. Jealousy is all that beats in their hearts. Instead of lifting up, they just tear apart. Never motivate, never mentor one youth. Oh, oh. Your hate is all that they contribute. So no matter what you meet in life, in your back door they drive the knife.
Final restart, namely how much it
Don't give up, no, don't give up. You only fail when you fail to try, so never stop trying. Winners never quit, quitters never win. And when you slip and you start to with the people and they move it long. Negative people, oh gosh, negative people. How I dress, how I comb my hair. What's the price of the clothes I wear? Negative people, negative people. Great minds discuss ideas I learn from small. Small minds discuss people all day, that's all. So when they come all day and they disrespect, they just exposing the size of their intellect. Tell them, you could this, you could jump in me, hit me with your negativity. I won't give up, no, 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 won't give up. You only fail when you fail to try, so though the doubts rolling, never quit. Quitters never win. So when you feel that you reach the brink, when the man tries to swim or sink, don't give up. No, don't give up. I wanna reach where the air is red, so once my heart beats in, quitters never win. Long ago when I started to sing, in my ears all I kept hearing was negative people. Oh gosh, negative people. And even though I earned my place behind some of them smiling face, negative people. Oh gosh, negative people. Just to reach the top, me back they would stab, trying to pull me down like them barrel crab. Pretending them is friend, but I must admit, I just don't have no time for no hypocrite. So no matter what you say or do, all I say is shoot by shoot. I won't give up. No, 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 won't give up. You only fail when you fail to try. So though their webs they spin, winners never quit. Quitters never win. So no matter all the talk they talk, champions rise when haters walk. Don't give up. No, don't give up. No matter how they pull me down, I only keep rising. Never quit. Quitters never win. Hear me. So when you feel that you're on your last, some may say the die is cast. Don't give up. No, 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 don't give up. You only fail when you fail to try. You grow a tougher skin. Never quit. Quitters never win. So even when I reach the edge and by my fingertips I grasp the ledge, I won't give up. No, 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 won't give up. I wanna reach where the air is red, to hear the angels sing. Never quit. And quitters never win. Oh yeah. No, no, no. No. Oh, what a waste. Devastation and destruction from ever since time began has been inflicted time and time and again by man against fellow man. Yet man wouldn't learn from history. It makes him more violent, producing deadly weaponry with nothing but evil intent. So the war could never be over. Peace cannot be won. No, 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 the war will go on. It cannot be won. Fallout from war is chaos, plenty agony, plenty pain. Economies left in shambles that may never rise up again. Collapse of the money system, disruption of foreign trade, people turning against their leaders for the blunders that they have made. Environmental pollution, radiation taking its course, and the thousands that die in battle. Oh, what a waste of human resource. Of course, I'm telling you, nobody, oh, nobody, when you really think of it, nobody wins a war. The brutal clash of ideologies, carnage and social anarchy, and life reduced to pitiful dimensions. The falling back of progress and growth for entire generation. Sister, the war will go on. It cannot be won. No, 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 the war will go on. It cannot be won. War is just like a racket. It pays dividends for a few. But what does it profit the masses? I mean laymen like me and you. While the leaders playing their chess games, using the masses as pawn with political propaganda, the massacre still goes on. The soldiers, they never started, but they give their lives easily, while the leaders are in a safe place working out strategy. So you see, I'm telling you, nobody, oh, nobody, when you really look at it, nobody wins a war. It has taken the passage of history with the blood of the weak and the mighty. Great, great cultures vanished completely. War can create and destroy political boundaries as it goes on. Sister, it cannot be won. The war will go on. No, 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 the war will go on. It cannot be won. Object of war is simple. Just conquer and take over. It doesn't matter how many people that wipe out in the massacre. The enemy must be vanquished. The battle has to be won. But the conflict will never be over, cause the agony lingers on. There'll always be more dictators, more Hitlers, more Saddam Husseins. And with these lunatics in power, it will just start all over again and again. I'm telling you, nobody, oh, nobody, when you really think of it, nobody wins a war. The spiritual revolution to stop this brutal aggression, or else peace in the world will always be out of our hands. As long as the quest for wealth and power still live in the hearts of man, brother, the war will go on. It cannot be won. No, 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 the war will go on. It cannot be won. The war will go on. Peace in the world. We need a spiritual revolution. Lord, put a hand, save the children. Man fighting against man.
The information provided by the speakers and/or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
Trinidad, it's back for 2 nights only. The explosive hit comedy stage play by Alan Charles. Why Didn't I Get Married? It's not good for a man to be alone. But what about the black woman? Is the church guilty of keeping women single? Or is there really a man shortage? Come laugh, cry, and think at a show that's more than a play. It's a conversation, not for the easily offended. Saturday, 1st November, 7 p.m. at USC Auditorium, Maracas, St. Joseph. Sunday, 9th November, 6 p.m. at Sapa, San Fernando. Tickets for the USC campus, $200 in advance, $225 at the door. Tickets for Sapa, $225 in advance and $250 at the door. Get them at USC campus, A&A Pharmacy Board of Spain, Maranatha Bookshop, San Fernando, Living Legacy Pharmacy Arima, or online at theticketsellers.co.uk. Why Didn't I Get Married? Don't miss the comedy that everyone will be talking about. Brought to you by the University of the Southern Caribbean and Focus Arts Promotions.
I recall more than 3 decades ago, a senior telecommunications manager, let's call him Michael. And Michael was assigned to the task of presenting the government's position at a regional conference. Michael struggled and visibly trembled, especially since he presented after the retired North American ambassador, who had the audience in stitches, laughing up every word. I'm Dr. Madonna Dodd. And I made a silent vow then to help people like Michael, who are technically competent, but who struggle and succumb to fear when speaking in public. Now, as a communications architect, I partner with organizations and individual leaders to transform their leadership presence, including the way they express themselves. So, if your goal is to amplify your authentic voice, influence others, and lead with confidence, join me from October 28th to November 11th for our Communicate with Confidence online course. To all the Michaels, it's possible to overcome fear, step fully into your role, and lead with confidence.
During our 3 weeks course, I gained a lot of knowledge and insight on how to communicate with confidence using the different techniques and skills taught. Another thing that resonated for me is the fact that the same way singers prepare their voice, increase their lung capacity by eating healthy, doing the necessary breathing exercises, is the same way someone who is going to present should also prepare their voice. For persons who are interested in participating in this course, I say go for it, because you too will be able to find your coping skills, or how the runners and they just psych up themselves when they're on the start line before they start to be focused to finish that race. You would be able to find your coping mechanism.
You give your hand to me and let me say hello, and now can hardly speak. My heart is beating so, and no one can tell. You think you know me well, well you don't know me.
Hey guys, I am Nigel O'Connor, a singer for all seasons. I am that voice that moves you for every occasion. I am that voice that celebrates life moments one note at a time. I am Nigel O'Connor. You can contact me at 783-0054 or 754-3154. And oh yes, that's me singing in the background.
Now they have lost speaking songs.
Brown Eyes Promotion presents We Outside Tobago Carnival 3, October 24th to 27th, an all-inclusive package, inclusive of breakfast, lunch, and accommodations. Smith Drive, Lowlands, Tobago, opposite Gulf City Mall. Limited spots. Book yours now. Call 713-4029. Accommodation options: 1 bedroom with a kitchenette, 2 beds, up to 4 people, or 2 bedrooms self-contained, 6 people max, queen size, plus single beds. Check-in time 2:30 p.m. Check out 11 a.m. Limited spots available. Prices with breakfast and lunch: $2,000 per person. Breakfast only $1,700 per person. Half payment due by July 31st. Pay off by September 30th. Non-refundable. Payment plans available. For more info and to book your spots, call 713-4029. We Outside Tobago Carnival 3 from October 24th to 27th. All courtesy Brown Eyes Promotion. We do not own the copyrights for the song playing in the background.
To choose a leader, that's the oh yeah. Relevant question today. Now that the man retire, people spitting fire, and every talking head having their say. For in this mixed up land that we call Trinbago, many times it does just relevant question today. Now that the man retire, people spitting fire, and every talking head having their say. For in this mixed up land,
Information provided by the speakers and or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
Like what happened? Like we get them the place to run and like they cannot run it or what? Like we get them the place to run and like they cannot run it? What going on? What happened? I said that talk, we get all the place to run, we run it, brother.
After me surround the marathon and come to run it. Get the chance about down the place and come to money.
Mass firings, compounded lies, a vindictive AG, a two-day prime minister that is ready to bust her ministers' heads. The UNC cannot run this place.
They must never break our spirit, but people, I want to settle down and talk to you all seriously. A time is coming very soon where we have to stop sitting down in these rooms and start to use our feet, you know. And I feel that time is now. Time is now. Let me tell you why. When people don't care about you, and they're showing you they don't care about you, you must show them that I don't care about you too, but we care about we. And we must show this government that we are citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and we have every right to live in this country as everybody else. If you look like a PNM, they fire you. If you smell like a PNM, they fire you. If you walk like a PNM, they fire you. If you talk like a PNM, they fire you. And this budget is no different. We have to stand, and the time coming. Oh, you see this meeting in these rooms? We had to leave these rooms, you know, people. We had to leave these rooms, you know. State of emergency or not, we will obey the law. We will walk in single file. We will write to ask for permission. But we must be out on the streets to let them know that we're not taking what they're trying to give we. Let me tell you how deceitful and deceptive this government is.
Local government election come in and they seem to have a problem with Port of Spain. But as the MP for Port of Spain, North St. Anne's West, you have plenty more problems coming your way. Plenty. Look outside here and you will see Central Block, Port of Spain General Hospital. If you all don't open that in the next few months, we will be outside that hospital waiting for you. Because it is the people of Port of Spain, Diego Martin, Lavantil, all of us who looking for employment in that hospital. And just because it's built by the PNM, go play, you're coming to lick it up.
Trinidad, tell me what scene you on. Do you just like political confusion? You criticizing the way you live, yet you can't produce an alternative. You say you against the power structure, you ain't like the opposition either. But take care, you jump out the hot water and end up in the center of the fire. Because you refuse to vote in election, but then you want revolution. You're strongly against communism. You walk out on colonialism. You say if William had to go, but who to replace him? You ain't know. So to make a long story short from in front, Trinidadians ain't really know what they want.
Well, good evening to Trinidad and Tobago. Good evening to those of you who are locked on to Constructive Talk this evening. And this evening I'm here with you discussing current affairs and issues that are happening in Trinidad and Tobago. We're sticking with Trinidad and Tobago for now. You know, yesterday I was on for the holiday and I wanted to deal with some of the things that I saw happening in America. I saw there's a big protest happening in America, boy. Yeah. People are protesting against Donald Trump. They call him the what? The emperor or something like that. So this evening, I really wanted to just stick with Trinidad politics. Something again I wanted to just touch on this evening. I wanted to highlight something, and I deliberately didn't show it because I want to talk about it, you know. So again, I want to highlight the Kalomo Kings Pan Orchestra, and they are having a Bacon Shack sale. Kalomo Kings Steel Orchestra, they are having a Bacon Shack sale, $40 for it. You have to order. It's strictly by order. The numbers are on the screen. You can call Jason, you can call Joy. There's another person name that is there. You can contact them, and they are going to drop it for you. They're going to make sure that you enjoy your Bacon Shack. All right. So I'm asking for you to support the young people in my community. If you live in Pleasantville, there are a lot of persons from Pleasantville who listen to the program. There are a lot of persons from Cookie. There are a lot of persons from St. Madeleine, San Fernando and environs. Support the young people. They're having this Bacon Shark sale. All right. And it's on the Friday the 31st of October. Please reach out to them and support them in their venture. I really wanted to just take some time out to encourage persons to support the young people from my community in their venture where their Bacon Shark sale is concerned. Really, really wanted to encourage you guys to do that this evening. Please, 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 I beg of you to, support them. They really need your support. And I really want to put in a plug for them that, you take the time to give them that love, please, and thanks. All right, so this evening I really wanted to touch base with you guys. Again, as I said earlier on, I really wanted to talk to you guys about what's happening. Today I had the opportunity to listen to the finance committee, and that is where every minister would come and present the what is in the budget for them, and talk about the allocations and be questioned about the allocation and stuff like that. Oh boy, it got heated. Here now, Miss Khadija, real talks, Khadija real disrespectful, very disrespectful. Khadija, attempted to play something for you from Khadija, but oh my goodness, Khadija is disrespectful. But you know what? We're getting into the discussion this evening. There's several things I want to talk to you all about. Yesterday we were talking something, and I promised you that I was going to find the clip. All right? I promised you. I said, hey, I'm going to go into the archives and find that clip to show you some stuff. So I'll try to show you that this evening while we're having our discussion this evening. So this evening in the news, I want to jump at that first. There's something I want to talk about first this evening, only that jumped out at me in the news. I tried to deal with what jumped out at me in the news. So we're going to deal with the news. We're going to deal with what jumped out at me in the news. Some of the things that I found to be very interesting in the news this evening. Very, very, very interesting. So I want to deal with that and then deal with the committee stage of the budget and other things, other relevant things that you all want to discuss. But let's talk about what took place in the news. Today somebody was saying to me, I don't deal up with Trinidad news. The media in Trinidad is compromised. There's no media house that we could really trust or we can look to and be. I somewhat tend to take in CNC3 news. Why? Because we know that every media house have the little agenda, but there are things that you could glean from CNC3 news to discuss objectively. All right. So I have been listening to CNC3 news for some time, and I recognize that I could take things from them. Sometimes, TV6 for now. I choose not to get into TV6 too much for now. But really, CNC3, I think CNC3 for me, for now, have it little copacetic, as we used to say a long time when we were younger. CNC3 have it a little copacetic, have it a little, a little down. So, what's on my mind with what took place or what I saw in the news this evening? Several things I saw in the news this evening that jumped out at me, but there's one particular story that caught my attention, and I said I want to talk about it this evening. I want to delve into it, and I want to hear your views on it. What is that? Before we talk about Ivoachi, before we talk about the plant in Point Lisa that want to close down, before we talk about the job fair that was in Couva, before we talk about all those things, I want to get into this particular story because I found it to be very interesting what the gentleman had to say. A particular gentleman in the story said certain things, and I want to get into that with you this evening because it says to me that there are persons waiting in the wings patiently to do some things in Trinidad to be. Take a listen to this. Take a listen to this. Take a listen to this. And while you're doing that, share the live, please. Share the live. Share the link, YouTube link, and share the live. Share the live. Share the live. Take a listen to this.
The finance minister has confirmed that there's no money set aside in the current budget for a 10% wage increase for public servants.
That's because, according to the minister, talks over the pay hike are yet to begin. The Standing Finance Committee stage of the budget debate began this morning, with the Ministry of People, Social Development and Family Services being the first cabinet portfolio to be scrutinized. And while examining the various expenditure heads, government was asked where is the money for public servants' wage increases that were promised in the budget reading. However, Devendranath Tanku said it would not be feasible to include that figure without the completion of the union's negotiations with the chief personnel officer.
There has been no negotiation started. So the assumption that there's a 10%, 12%, 0%, 5%, whatever your assumption is irrelevant at this point. We have to wait, and your version of accounting might be different. But we have to wait as a government until there is a negotiation started before we preempt and put some arbitrary figure in the numbers. That is common sense.
Meanwhile, the opposition accused the government of deliberately understating its expenditure by failing to include the proposed increase in NIS contributions in the budget documents. Social Development Minister Vandana Mohit was repeatedly asked whether the funds allocated for NIS payments accounted for the 6 percentage point increases scheduled for 2026 and 2027. Eventually, the minister admitted that the figures did not reflect the intended adjustments, but said what is budgeted would be enough. Commonwealth, however, told the finance minister that mathematically, that doesn't make sense.
The provision is adequate.
How is that possible, sir?
I am done. I am done. This question has been asked and answered and asked and asked and asked and asked and asked. Pay attention, please, to the answers.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Social Development has not provided a clear answer on whether it will continue construction of the Center for Socially Displaced Persons in Port of Spain, a project that was halfway completed under the previous administration.
You know, that was in the video, right? That was in the video. That was in the video I wanted to play though. But I'll leave it let it play because I know if I'd stopped that video, somebody would get vexed. So that was in the video I wanted to play though. The video I wanted to play, I'm gonna play it now. Alright, so take a listen to this video. There's a video, right? I just want to make sure I have the video here because I don't want to add the wrong video. Yeah, what? Oh gosh, I want to apologize for that. That was not the video I wanted to play. I thought that was the video, you know, but that wasn't the video. That was not the video. So let me show you the video I wanted to play. All right. Oh Lord, Father, oh, forgive me, please, please, please forgive me. Please forgive me. All right, forgive me. That was not the video I wanted to play. The video I wanted to play is alright, so I'll have to find that video. What's going on here now? I'll bear with me this evening, eh? You know what's going on here. I lost my little glasses. I don't know where I sit down. Well, you have to forgive me. I forget my glasses somewhere. And I can't remember where I rested down. But I'm going to find it. In the meanwhile, while looking for this video, take a listen to this ad. I have an ad here I want to play. Take a listen to this ad in the meanwhile.
So a lot of people have been asking, where is Haley by Wendy?
So anybody confused? That's okay. Don't be too concerned. We didn't move too far. Only from Matilda Princestown to High Street Princestown. I saw a video showing how to exactly get to us. As you can see, we are just over Secure Credit Union, and that yellow staircase is your pathway to many potential great services that you'll love. Just to name a few so you can get a hint of what we're all about: wig installment, braids, relaxer, color, manicure, pedicure, waxing, and much more. Do you want to book an appointment with us? If so, message us on our WhatsApp at 868-331-9747.
Hi. So a lot of people have been asking, where is Haley by Wendy?
So anybody confused? That's okay. Don't be too concerned. We didn't move too far. Only from Matilda Princestown to High Street Princestown. I saw a video showing how to exactly get to us. As you can see, we are just over Secure Credit Union, and that yellow staircase is your pathway to many potential great services that you'll love. Just to name a few so you can get a hint of what we're all about: wig installment, braids, relaxer, color, manicure, pedicure, waxing, and much more. Do you want to book an appointment with us? If so, message us on our WhatsApp at 868-331-9747.
Yep. I hope that you took note of that ad. And to add to what the young man said, if you are a nail tech, right? If you are a nail tech, you know, to have some people who can do nails really, really well. Well, if you are interested in working, if you are a nail tech and you're from Princestown and you're looking for somewhere to establish yourself, I want to recommend that you get in contact with Miss Wendy, right? And she is going to give you all the relevant information, right, to get yourself established in Princestown. Alright? No, not that. Why am I doing that? Alright, so if you are from Princestown and you're looking for somewhere to establish yourself, you know what I mean? You're looking for somewhere to establish yourself. You want to start your own little business. Alright, get in contact with Wendy. Get in contact with Miss Wendy, and she will set you up nice with a proper station to do your nails, to do people's nails and stuff like that. So if you're a nail tech and you need somewhere to function out of Princestown, there is a place for you. Alright? There is a place for you to do so. So I am urging you to get in contact with them, and they are going to help you. Alright? They are going to help you get yourself established in Princestown. Okay. Alright. Okay. So, what I wanted to talk to you guys about. This story, I want you to take note of this story for me. Alright? I want you to take note of this story. Take note of this story. Alright? Take note of this story. Take note.
this Diwali were the worst they've experienced in years.
Several animal lovers said they were inundated with messages and calls from concerned citizens about the widespread use of fireworks during the holiday. Coordinator for the Fireworks Coalition, Roger Marshall, says they receive reports of residents describing El Socorro as a war zone. Other areas they've received reports from were Diego Martin, South Oropouche and Arima. The activist says they have lost hope and are now questioning why the government won't take action.
It was shocking. We really didn't expect that. We were really alarmed. A government that was voted into power for its hopefully its compassion to the people. It's not what we're seeing. It's not what we're experiencing. And we're questioning ourselves today, have we made a mistake?
Marshall says throughout the night they messaged several government ministers whose response was that there were underlying reasons for the activity. However, he maintained that the only real solution is to remove fireworks from the hands of the public. Environmentalist Ricardo Meade shares the same view.
Your words echo shallow in my ears, but your actions show me who you are and what you're about, and you shall pay the price for your activity or your inactivity. Don't say one thing to me and do something else. That is lying. The next step they will not like, but we take into the streets. Our feet and our voices shall be lifted against this nonsense. It really is nonsense now. We are taken to the streets.
The activists fear that the problem won't go away anytime soon as Christmas and Carnival nears. Meanwhile, Minister of Land and Legal Affairs Saddam Hussein has clarified that government had no involvement in the fireworks display during Diwali celebrations.
This follows public complaints about the use of loud fireworks just weeks after the government cancelled the state-sponsored display for Independence Day, allowing only silent fireworks to reduce distressed pets and vulnerable groups. Hussein says the displays were privately organized and outside the government's control.
There was no government-sponsored fireworks for Diwali. I would have heard the noise also with the fireworks being discharged and so on. But those are matters that the Commissioner of Police has to give permission via the law in order for that to happen and so on. But those are matters that we will treat with, of course, because we have to understand that they are sensitive parts of the population.
But the opposition has rubbished his explanation. PNM Chairman Marvin Gonzalez said he was not surprised by what he described as a double standard surrounding Diwali fireworks.
The government and their key spokesperson said that the Independence Parade was a PNM rally. So what the hypocrisy that you're referring to is to be expected. End of text.
Diego Martin Central MP Simon Dinabrega accused the government of avoiding accountability for its selective enforcement.
A leader, how to choose a leader? That's the most relevant question today. Now that the man retire, people spitting fire, and every talking head.
What are your thoughts about what you all just heard? What are your thoughts about what you just heard? You heard what the man said? You heard that? I want to take your calls. I want to hear your views. I want you to tell me how you feel, what you feel about what you just heard. Fireworks. Diwali. The minister said the government have nothing to do with that. Really? So the government can only tell people don't burst fireworks for independence, but not for Diwali? Really? Oh, let's talk to me now. Talk to me. Taking your calls on 464-7003. 464-7003. What is your thoughts? Hello, good evening. Good evening, sir.
So, Pastor, like I said, you shocks me because I know one time hypocrisy made more than because all of a sudden, I said, really? we was my children and my brother and children was surprised about 2 months ago. I know last night people don't sleep. Really? But I tell you, and your big extension is what you pay commissioner, you pay commission. Really? But like I say, hypocrisy means no boundary government. So technically, you are now in family.
Wow. That's how you feel about the situation, caller.
Everything there is simple for us nationally. But now how it is, after nationally. And then we have a whole night without a question, without anything. You're telling me. You're telling me. The action, the say the action shows we have a best for it. Well done to it, or probably every day. Last time we go through, really. So it appears to me that you are really going to that is showing.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah,
hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Tonight is a very good night for me to talk. Because I listened to you last night. But you see, tonight is a good night for me to talk. And I hope I get the permission to do so on your program. Pastor Google, as every day passes, it appears as though there's one law for a certain set of people and another law for another set of people as it pertains to the same issues. And we're getting excuses, lying excuses, as we go along every single day. And I heard the same noises last night in my area. It was few and far between, yes, in my particular area. You know the area I'm referring to. But the point is that it did happen. So it appears as though I'm going to stifle a certain set of people in this country, but for the others it's not a problem. It appears as though some of us can gather without any problems, without no sort of security, even in the height of what is going on right 7 nautical miles west of us, even with that in addition. But for others, it appears as though it seems to be a PNM something and not a national something. So therefore I want to ask, it begs the question, what is national in Trinidad and Tobago? Does national mean that the Independence Parade is because of the PNM and Diwali is national? Or how is it? How are we to discern exactly what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago? I'm getting excuses from these people. It continues, and it is being accepted as the norm. People are accepting it. So when I hear people say they wonder if they made a mistake, it's because they have not remembered their past. That is what it is telling me. So don't say you wonder if you made a mistake. You made a mistake a couple times before. I know you're coming to ask the question whether you think you still made a mistake. Really? So the laws are for certain people in this country and for others is a free pass? Is this how we have to live? No? Is this how we have to live? We have to be very mindful and we have to be very, very careful what it is we really and truly wish for in our country. Because if we allow this to continue, we will be getting the same excuses as we go along day by day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Boo,
Hi.
and your listeners.
Good evening, sir.
I'm not as cultured. There's a law for certain people and not a law for other people. There's a law for Africans because the Independence Day was labeled a parent party group by the African people in Port of Spain. And there's a law for Indians. The Wali Day, they could bust their fireworks. That is how it is in this country. When every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation, let me tell you something. It has nothing equal about this country. The national anthem needs to be reviewed and revised. CPEP jobs, forestry and URP, and then put the Hawks job apply for 20,000 people apply, so they say.
We come into that. We come into that just now. I wanted to deal with this fireworks thing.
All right. Let me tell the fireworks thing. Now, I want to deal with that twin, but let me tell the fireworks thing. Pastor Gould in this country study their history. That is why they keep making the same mistake over and over. I just in a chat, and I will say it here. The reason why we is how we is, we believe everybody, so everybody is like us. Right? Listen, I am not against the Indian country, the Syrians, the white people, the Chinese, whoever. The problem is us is that African people, we are everybody else than who we supposed to be. Right? We worship everything else than who we supposed to worship. We do all kind of religion and everybody else, but we don't love we own. We hate ourselves. That is the problem with us. You understand? Everybody else could be one person. One could be belong to one segment of society. There is one. Whether there is Hindus or Muslims, is Indian first. We is all kind of things, but we Chinese. That is why we keep making the same mistake over and over. That is why the hospital are 90% Indian doctors and the lawyers is 90% Indian. I'm not against who they are, you know. But we have about the same mistake over and over and over. The problem with us is that we don't educate our children. Right? We don't educate. There's a party country. Smoke weed, drink, we kill each other, and we bad spend money out of our communities. We don't help our communities. Pastor Google, by 54 years on this earth in Trinidad and Tobago, right? We have to see each other. Boy, listen, Pastor Google, I will call you back.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, what I just witnessed last night is a case of different show for different folks. So people who were holding during the Independence Celebration Day, so fireworks was allowed because the SOE. And with this thing now, tell us something. I thought those fireworks supposed to be banned in the country. Those scratch bombs and those lot of things. Are those things supposed to be banned? Pastor Google? So what happened now, under this government now, is okay now to bring in these stuff. Plus in the wake of what's going on right now, 7 miles off of our country now. So suppose the real bomb hit now. We will mistake it for a firecracker or scratch bomb. And that's not supposed to be Pastor Google. Like I said, again, it's a case for different shows and different folks. Now I hear him talks about they want to set up some kind of man there and put a spin. Absolute madness. Pastor Google, you have a good night, just. I don't know. I don't know. I put up.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. All right, you're not there. But let's listen to what. All right. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor. How are you this evening, sir?
I am okay.
Remember last night, one of the first things that I asked you was concerning this fireworks. This morning, that came up on a poll on a particular program. And a lady called saying she does listen to I-95 and she called and said, you know, this issue about this noise and thing. And I called and I said, but same thing I said last night, I could remember for independence that they said to us, if you want to light fireworks, it has to be noiseless. Last night you pointed out to me that you went to Napuna or somewhere and there were fireworks and they were also noiseless. So I raised a point this morning concerning the fireworks, and the host on the program turned it around to say that I am targeting Hindu people because it's Diwali and how I'm bringing independence into this conversation and it's Diwali. So I had to go back to say this conversation is not about that. This conversation is that the National Security or the Police Commissioner then said to us for independence, if you want to have fireworks, it has to be noiseless. So for Diwali, I would have expected that the same principle that applies for independence also applies for Diwali, because I have a group of people with dogs was commending then how good it was and how they didn't have a dog problem for independence. So why the same policy doesn't apply? And now to hear this evening and tonight and see the clip that you played from CNC3, which is affiliation to the same station that I called this morning, because the host telling me what I am saying, that they ban fireworks. I tried to explain, when I said the word ban, they didn't ban fireworks, but they banned fireworks that was making noise under the argument of independence. So if all they was so concerned about pets and so concerned about the noise, why it didn't apply for Diwali? Because a lady called and said she's a Hindu and the community in which she's from, how they were so outrageous with the noise and they want to kill this lady, why she had to use the phrase Hindu. So she said, I'm a Hindu and I'm living in a community that is predominantly Hindu, and these are the people that was making noise with the fireworks. I'm also a Hindu. So they turn it around and trying to spin it around to make it seem as though we are talking about their religion. I don't have a problem with religion, and I have a problem with the stance that all they took for independence. Why the same stance and has nothing to do with your religion? Why the same stance doesn't apply that we have a noiseless society with fireworks? Pastor, Google it. Again, what good for what? They will be vote for, you know. You see, anyhow, you say we're going to talk about that later. The Standing Finance Committee today. Sorry for us, you know. If we don't come out and make a protest and get rid of the speaker in the house, we in for a very hard ride. Pastor Google, enjoy your night.
We also want to inform members of the public that the government will, however, issue permits solely for the sale and use of silent fireworks. So in other words, when UNC wins, the animals won.
Something interesting. The government decided to cancel the fireworks display for independence, but fireworks and not noiseless ones were used for Diwali. Why was
there was no government-sponsored fireworks for Diwali. I would have heard the noise also with the fireworks being discharged and so on. But those are matters that the Commissioner of Police has to give permission via the law.
So we can see some legislation cementing that and making it law.
Well, until we have proper legislation drafted and policies and so on, then we can probably give a more concrete answer.
Oh, you hear that? You all heard what the minister said? I'm going to play it again.
We also want to inform members of the public that the government will, however, issue permits solely for the sale and use of silent fireworks. So in other words, when UNC wins, the animals won.
Something interesting. The government decided to cancel the fireworks display for independence, but fireworks and not noiseless ones were used for Diwali. Why was
there was no government-sponsored fireworks for Diwali. I would have heard the noise also with the fireworks being discharged and so on. But those are matters that the Commissioner of Police has to give permission via the law.
So we can see some legislation cementing that and making it law.
Well, until we have proper legislation drafted and policies and so on, then we can probably give a more concrete answer.
Well, you listening to the minister? You all heard what the minister said? I don't know, boy. But I want to play over for you guys the story that I played earlier on. Listen to the story.
Irresponsible use of fireworks say the noise levels this Diwali were the worst they've experienced in years.
Several animal lovers said they were inundated with messages and calls from concerned citizens about the widespread use of fireworks during the holiday. Coordinator for the Fireworks Coalition, Roger Marshall, says they receive reports of residents describing El Socorro as a war zone. Other areas they've received reports from were Diego Martin, South Oropouche, and Arima. The activist says they have lost hope and are now questioning why the government won't take action.
It was shocking. We really didn't expect that. We were really alarmed. A government that was voted into power for its hopefully its compassion to the people. It's not what we're seeing. It's not what we're experiencing. And we're questioning ourselves today, have we made a mistake?
Marshall says throughout the night they messaged several government ministers whose response was that there were underlying reasons for the activity. However, he maintained that the only real solution is to remove fireworks from the hands of the public. Environmentalist Ricardo Meade shares the same view.
Your words echo shallow in my ears, but your actions show me who you are and what you're about, and you shall pay the price for your activity or your inactivity. Don't say one thing to me and do something else. That is lying. The next step they will not like, but we take into the streets. Our feet and our voices shall be lifted against this nonsense. It really is nonsense now. We are taken to the streets.
The activists fear that the problem won't go away anytime soon as Christmas and Carnival nears. Meanwhile, Minister of Land and Legal Affairs Saddam Hussein has clarified that government had no involvement in the fireworks display during Diwali celebrations.
This follows public complaints about the use of loud fireworks just weeks after the government cancelled the state-sponsored display for Independence Day, allowing only silent fireworks to reduce distressed pets and vulnerable groups. Hussein says the displays were privately organized and outside the government's control.
There was no government-sponsored fireworks for Diwali. I would have heard the noise also with the fireworks being discharged and so on. But those are matters that the Commissioner of Police has to give permission via the law in order for that to happen and so on. But those are matters that we will treat with, of course, because we have to understand that they are sensitive parts of the population.
But the opposition has rubbished his explanation. PNM Chairman Marvin Gonzalez said he was not surprised by what he described as a double standard surrounding Diwali fireworks.
The government and their key spokesperson said that the Independence Parade was a PNM rally. So what the hypocrisy that you're referring to is to be expected. End of text.
Diego Martin Central MP Simon Dinabrega accused the government of avoiding accountability for its selective enforcement.
Hello, good evening.
Hey, Pastor Google, good night, and by extension, Trinidad and Tobago. You know, it's vexed me to sit down and watch what is going on in Trinidad, you know. How long could people take this nonsense with this government? When you look at what was asked in the standing committee today with Ms. Budano Mohit and the Finance Minister Tanku, it's like they get caught. These people is a bunch of liars. They get caught, you know. How long will people sit down and take this nonsense? I am saying to the opposition, get yourself in order, you know, because these people will not make the 5 years in government. We cannot allow them to make 5 years. Because the more these people stay in government, they're just turning this country backwards. How long people can sit down and take this nonsense? People have to get up and hit the streets. That's what it got to be, period. Get up and hit the street. This government got to go. They need to go. ASAP. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. All right. I don't think you heard the beginning of the program. If you heard the beginning of the program, you'll understand what's happening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Good evening, sir.
Saddam Hussein. Nobody asked him anything about government sponsoring fireworks. How we come to that conclusion? The point about it, he was there, Alexander, when Alexander was saying what he has to say. Alexander had to give the license to these people. Look up to now. I live in Kakani Road in City. Look, I show you here in them shops. And this man is saying something different. What to do again in a few months? This is how they turn up this country. Right? Pastor, later, right?
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, caller. We continue to take your calls on 464-7003. What's the time now? I'm going to switch gears in a little bit now. Oh, that's the time already? Wow. All right, so we can't talk too much about this fireworks thing, but I wanted to play that fireworks thing for you guys to hear your views on it. I wanted to hear your views on it. So I heard your views on it. What else jumped out at me in the news? All right, so I played this for you. I'm going to play this one again for you guys. I want you all to listen to this one. And I want to hear your views on this one. So give me a quick response to these things that I am playing for you that jumped out in the news this evening. All right? So tell me, what are your thoughts about this one?
While Nutrients Trinidad nitrogen operations prepares to wind down, possibly sending home 400 to 600 workers, the government is now in talks with the company over port access restrictions. Nutrient Limited is a Canadian-based global fertilizer giant, and in Trinidad, it's been a major player in nitrogen production. It announced that it will begin a controlled shutdown of its Point Lisas operations on Thursday due to port access restrictions and a lack of reliable natural gas supply. Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal says the issue stems from the National Energy Corporation's failure under the former administration to renew key contractual arrangements with several downstream operators. He says the current government is now working to fix what was left unresolved.
The National Energy Corporation under the former administration of Mr. Stuart Young at the Ministry of Energy failed in 4 years to negotiate new contractual arrangements with several of the downstream operators. This indeed fell to us when we entered office. We are in ongoing discussions with Nutrien concerning matters of port restrictions and port access.
Dr. Munila says the ministry is meeting with affected companies and port users to regularize and update contracts governing access to the Point Lisa port.
Some of those arrangements have been in place for many, many years, and the former government failed to meet and treat with the downstreamers to even rectify some of the archaic and outdated conditions by which operations took place.
Nutrien says a lack of reliable and affordable natural gas has affected profitability for an extended period. CNC3 News visited Nutrien's Mediterranean Drive compound. A staff member told us there was a meeting to discuss the situation, but declined to comment further. The Point Lisa's Industrial Port Development Corporation's Tactical Response Unit later approached the news team, saying their superiors wanted us off the estate.
You see me take photos?
Oh, okay. So I understand we have information on the taking photos.
You have information.
So you're not taking them, right?
Well, as it is right now,
you didn't take any photos
yet for me to take pictures. We're waiting on the people.
We're just waiting for a driver.
They're in a meeting still, and we're just waiting for the meeting to over.
Oh, so you have permission from these people to take the pictures here?
You got permission? We haven't talked to nobody there yet.
In an internal memo, Vice President Edmund Thompson told staff that the company disputed NEC's claim that it owes millions in retroactive port fees, adding that the restriction left Nutrien with no choice but to halt operations. Thompson said a small team will stay on site to maintain essential services and protect assets, while temporary layoffs are being considered. Meanwhile, a former Energy Minister, Stuart Young, accused the UNC government of mishandling the sector, saying Nutrien shutdown signals an impending collapse at Point Lisas. The Energy Chamber has also expressed concern, noting Nutrien's role as a major investor and exporter of ammonia, while urging swift resolution to protect jobs and investment. Nutrien says it remains committed to resolving the dispute with NEC and restoring operations once an economically viable environment is secured. Kevin Feldman, CNC3 News.
You all hear that? You all heard that? I hope you all listened and you all heard exactly what was said in the news. I played this one already. I'm going to play this one again. Take a listen about the 10%.
The finance minister has confirmed that there's no money set aside in the current budget for a 10% wage increase for public servants. The finance minister has confirmed that there's no money set aside in the current budget for a 10% wage increase for public servants.
That's because, according to the minister, talks over the pay hike are yet to begin. The Standing Finance Committee stage of the budget debate began this morning, with the Ministry of People, Social Development and Family Services being the first cabinet portfolio to be scrutinized. And while examining the various expenditure heads, government was asked where is the money for public servants' wage increases that were promised in the budget reading. However, Devendranath Tanku said it would not be feasible to include that figure without the completion of the union's negotiations with the chief personnel officer.
There has been no negotiation started. So the assumption that there's a 10%, 12%, 0%, 5%, whatever your assumption is irrelevant at this point. We have to wait, and your version of accounting might be different. But we have to wait as a government until there is a negotiation started before we preempt and put some arbitrary figure in the numbers. That is common sense.
Meanwhile, the opposition accused the government of deliberately understating its expenditure by failing to include the proposed increase in NIS contributions in the budget documents. Social Development Minister Vandana Mohit was repeatedly asked whether the funds allocated for NIS payments accounted for the 6 percentage point increases scheduled for 2026 and 2027. Eventually, the minister admitted that the figures did not reflect the intended adjustments, but said what is budgeted would be enough. Commonwealth, however, told the finance minister that mathematically, that doesn't make sense.
The provision is adequate.
How is that possible, sir?
I am done. I am done. This question has been asked and answered and asked and asked and asked and asked and asked. Pay attention, please, to the answers.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Social Development has not provided a clear answer on whether it will continue construction of the Center for Socially Displaced Persons in Port of Spain, a project that was halfway completed under the previous administration.
What project is that he talking about? You want me to tell you what project is that? All right, so I'll show you what project he is talking about. There was a project, or there is a project on South Key where Minister Donna Cox was building a facility for the homeless. Because you remember, people were complaining and people were talking about the homeless that was living in Chancery Lane, not Chancery Lane, in the car park by Bessel Street down on that end. And Miss Donna Cox and the Ministry of the People, the Ministry of Community, I forget the name of the ministry now, Social Development. They were building a place for the homeless in Trinidad and Tobago. The minister back then, Miss Donna Cox. Some of you may not remember that. All right? Some of you may not remember or may not know about it. So it is in my responsibility to share with you guys the history, or share with you guys, you know, what it is about. So take a listen to this. Take a listen to the minister. Now, the minister was questioned about it by Minister Nyan Gaspidali. She was questioned by former Minister of Education, a member of Parliament for St. Anne's West. Was questioning the minister about it, and listen to this, eh? Listen to this.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I'm dealing with item C001. And I noticed that this item was allocated 15 million in 2025, 7 million spent, and there's no estimate in 2026. May I ask if this refers to the center in Port of Spain?
See how long they taking to answer? Watch how long the minister taking.
C001. The member asked about the allocation. Mr. Chairman, what I can say about this particular project is the allocation is not listed here for this fiscal year. The government is actively looking at this particular project. We will do what's best for persons with challenges. And what I must say as well is that at this given point in time, the work of the ministry continues and the services are being provided to members of the public.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. I asked specifically, is this the center that is under construction in Port of Spain? So the center that is under construction in Port of Spain and has made quite some progress, there's no allocation until 2026. And you said that the government is looking at it to make a decision as to whether it's going to be continued?
Mr. Chairman, there are some matters being looked at, and an update will be provided in due course.
But without an allocation given to this item in 2026, is there any plan to continue construction in 2026?
Mr. Chairman, I can't say at this point in time. but an answer will be provided in due course.
So the center in Port of Spain that is being built to deal with socially displaced persons, the government is unsure as to the future of this center, so no allocation has been made. Okay?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, I do not appreciate that members on the opposite side are trying to rephrase my responses given to them.
Well, as I've said before, the answer lies in what the minister responds to and not the editorializing of anyone else on either side. So, Aruka Lupino.
Okay, so we're here today and we just completed a short tour of our social displacement and assessment and transition housing for socially displaced persons. Yes, it is also called an assessment center because they have to be first assessed before they can be housed. So there may be person who it may be a problem with mental health, maybe substance abuse, it may be persons who may just be homeless. There may be different reasons why they may be on the street or they may be socially displaced. We will have persons from mental health, we'll have doctors and so on who will be assessing them and then be able to make a decision as to whether they are to stay here or they are to be removed to another facility. Well, particularly if the assessment is key, the temporary housing is also key. And we will have a library area, we have a training area, we have persons with, we have counseling, we'll have our family social service officers be on hand to counsel, because some people may just need counseling, they might have gone through a trauma because of the fact that it might be, a disaster, why they may be here, because we have housing for families as well, temporary, and we have areas where they will be able to be assessed and then to move on. We have male dormitories, female, family, an area where they can do even art and craft, a conference room where we could have meetings and so on. We have a doctor's office, we have counseling rooms, a barber shop. So this is what this facility will be housing, because this has been in the making since 2023. And therefore be trying to see where we are at this point in time.
I'll wait to the phone lines, I know what you say tonight. Now, we go to the phone lines, right? I'll wait to the phone lines. Oh. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Totally dear to my heart, Pastor Boogle. Because every day, literally every day, I see this building. And I want to say, Wiggy and MCU and all them influencers, this is for you all. You see how the minister Kunda answer the question Mrs. Gasby Dolly asked us? This is for you all. When all they say yellow is the code, and when all the majority of the displaced people in Port of Spain is of African race. But when the PNM, when the minister Donald Cox, when the PNM was trying to help the unsheltered people in Port of Spain, all they say yellow is the code, and when when everybody went, look, we win now, look, this is on the all Wiggy and MCU and whoever influencer. This is on all you. And all was on the other station, 91.1. This is on all you. That African people in the main who is unsheltered, who is homeless, have to suffer because the UNC government doesn't see all as human beings. So they can shelter provide the most vulnerable in society. They shall the program. They can't start. right? They cannot answer. I hope all are feeling good because this is the result of giving me all the vote to UNC. All are happy with all the $10,000 job in one staff. But the people, the unsheltered, it's still being unsheltered.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening again, Pastor Google. Couple things. First of all, very quickly, a dinner was held for diplomats of the American embassy.
Say that again?
A dinner was held, a Diwali dinner was held, right, where the guests were the diplomats of the U.S. embassy. And it was held at the private residence of the Honorable Prime Minister. I want to ask the question, was that paid for by we the people? Was that sponsored by we the people? Was the security for them to get to that particular private residence paid by we the people? You could imagine Dr. Rowley having a dinner by his private home only for one set of diplomats and not the rest in Trinidad and Tobago? I'm just asking these questions. And who paid for it? Who paid for this special Diwali dinner, Pastor Google? Did we the people pay for it? By this private home? For the private guests? For the private security? I would just love to know who paid for the dinner. Secondly, Pastor Google, I told you all a while back on your program, Pastor Google, that when Dr. Munilal came and said that he asked for an increase in gas, and he got the increase when he spoke to Shell, I told you all that the infrastructure for the Manatee field was still being constructed, that he could not ask for something that he could not get, because there was no calculation as to exactly how much gas we would get at Atlantic LNG or NGC. I told you all this. I told you all that there would be a problem with the downstream industries. I told you all of this. But nobody wouldn't listen to me because my words don't matter. But today, nitrogen closing down amongst other downstream industries. You know what that means, Pastor Google, for us in Trinidad and Tobago? Let me tell the people what it means. It means that we're not making and selling the ammonia and other downstream products that would give us, that is the belly of our productivity and our monies, our forex, our foreign exchange that we were going to be making. When Dr. Munilal and all of them, the UNC was telling all you how things better under them, because as they got into office, they were able to increase the productivity as far as natural gas was concerned. It was a lie. I told you all that was not possible. I told you all it could not happen. That is why they had to go and attempt to revitalize Dragon, because Manatee is 2 years away. I told you all this. But you all believe the lie, as people normally do in this country when UNC speaks. Today, downstream industries have no gas to keep running. That is why Trinidad Nitrogen is shutting down amongst other downstream industries. You know what that means for us people of Trinidad and Tobago? It means no set of forex coming in. It means we're in trouble because the natural gas lies that were being perpetuated on you all since May The first is now coming to bear fruit. Is now coming to bear fruit. I told you all. Dr. Rowley said it, not me alone. Dr. Rowley said it. We have to be careful for the next 2 years. People took him to task. But when Dr. Munilal come and say certain things and Kaiser say everything good, everything nice. Look at what is happening with the downstream industries with Nutrien. Look at what Nutrien is saying today. Today. Because they're not getting the gas. You think it's going to get better anytime soon? And the amount of people, the kind of people that they have on these boards, don't have a clue what they're doing. When you can put Miss Cossie on the NGC board, you know Miss Cossie is one of the people whose husband, that believe it is, died in the fort in Paria, and she on the board. She don't have a clue. She doesn't have a clue. They don't have a clue what they're doing. Up to now, 3 weeks down the road, have they gone to Venezuela to negotiate Dragon? No, they have not. So therefore, what is that telling you all? $1 billion US taken out of our reserves and our heritage and stabilization. And nobody knows where that money is and what it is going to be used for. And nobody asking a question. I told you all it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. That's why people are not getting the salary. People are not getting the pension. It's going to get worse. I am not talking because I dislike the UNC. I am talking because I have the facts. It's not going to get better anytime soon. And when a minister cannot tell you that he has not even budgeted for certain things. Today I listened the entire day to what went on in the parliament. And when a minister has not budgeted for the 10%, when a minister has not budgeted for the building at number 7A, what do you call it, South Key, to hold displaced people, it is not in the budget. When they have not budgeted for the new ministry of the people that is almost 60% completed, there's nothing in the budget for those things. We spoke about this. There's nothing in the budget for the 10%. Sister Jenny spoke about it today on another frequency. There's nothing in the budget. Where are they going to get the money from?
She don't want to talk about it. The minister was questioned about it on the reason why people could say that now is because after listening to the minister, you realize that he does not, clearly they don't know what they're doing.
They don't. They don't know.
So the reality of it is that, and I want to take this opportunity to say hats off to the opposition. The opposition did a fantastic job on holding the government accountable.
Especially Brian Manning. He said it. Brian Manning spoke on your program. Brian Manning spoke ad nauseum and said the $3.9 billion deficit in the budget is a farce. I want to use the exact word that the opposition leader used. She said it is fake and what's the other word, boy? It's a fake. I forget the other word she used. And we are being misled because those things where they're supposed to have expenditure is not in the budget. I said so when I called in last week. I said, where's the expenditure for the 10%? It is not in the budget. We are being misled. And the faster Trinbagonians understand, because I'm telling you all, a devaluation is coming sooner rather than later. It is coming. And if that don't work, Well, we know where we're going next. The opposition leader said it. The IMF. But did they want to be in control? And let me tell all you something. Anyway, you say you will get to that incident, that issue a little later, so I don't want to preempt your program. With respect to all those people who are registering.
Oh yeah, I'm going to play that video. I'm going to play that video just now.
That is Cambridge Analytica all over again. Because they're going to have your information. But that's another topic that you're going to bring in a little while. So, but I am talking about the gas. There's no gas. And they don't know what to do. They have not even gone to Venezuela to talk to Venezuela. You know why? Because they're hoping that this war takes place and Maduro is removed sooner rather than later. They ain't going nowhere. And we in trouble, people. Well, you don't have to believe me, you know. But it's coming. People not getting paid. People have the checks in their hand. When they go to the banks, no money. What is that telling you all? In the history of this country, that has never happened before.
Well, I want to play for them my member of parliament today.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Hear what my member of parliament said today. Here we dealt with the Minister of Finance. Take a listen to this. Take a listen to my member of parliament today. Proud of him, you know. I'm super proud of him. You all take a listen to him today in the parliament now, man. The man mash up the place. I tape him, you know. Take a listen to him today.
Mr. Chairman, does the Honourable Minister of Finance expect these negotiations to be concluded before the end of the fiscal year?
There's no line item here with regards to this. Can you please stick to the book?
It is. That's exactly what we're discussing.
Please. No.
No line item.
There's no line item
Mr. Speaker,
I've answered these questions already.
Mr. Chairman, my colleague asked if the 10% increase in wages is included here. I'm saying that, and then the Minister of Finance responded that comes from conclusion of the wage negotiations. So I'm asking on the piggyback of that, does the Minister of Finance expect these wage negotiations to be completed before the end of the fiscal year? It's a simple question.
Member, this has been asked and answered very, very clearly already. There's no negotiation now. We are dealing with figures in front of you. Please focus on the documents that are in front of you instead of going off on your flights of fancy.
Mr. Minister of Finance, with all due respect, this is a budget exercise.
Okay, San Fernando East,
Mr. Chair,
has been answered.
Mr. Chair, it has not been answered. Mr. Chair, this is a budget exercise.
Right, and I hear you on that, and that has been
for the
asked.
Fiscal year. For the fiscal year.
We both can't speak at the same time, and I am speaking. No, we both can't speak at the same time. I'm speaking. That has been answered. Port of Spain South.
Mr. Speaker, could you remind me as to the answer of the question, please?
Tell him the answer. You can't tell him the answer. But hear what? Vandana Mohit get catch too. Vandana get catch too. Kareem bowl a ball. Nayan finish the ball. Earlier, the opposition was on the ball today. The opposition held the government to task today. Take a listen to this one.
Mr. Chairman, does the Honourable Minister of Finance expect these negotiations to be concluded before the end of the fiscal year?
There's no line item here with regards to this. Can you please stick to the book?
It is. That's exactly what we're discussing.
Please. No.
Line item.
There's no line item
Mr.
here
Speaker,
for any of them.
I've
answered these questions already.
Mr. Chairman, my colleague asked if the 10% increase in wages is included here. I'm saying that, and then the Minister of Finance responded that comes from conclusion of the wage negotiations. So I'm asking on the piggyback of that, does the Minister of Finance expect these wage negotiations to be completed before the end of the fiscal year? It's a simple question.
Member, this has been asked and answered very, very clearly already. There's no negotiation now. We are dealing with figures in front of you. please focus on the documents that are in front of you instead of going off on your flights of fancy?
Mr. Minister of Finance, with all due respect, this is a budget exercise.
Okay, San Fernando East,
Mr.
that
Chair,
has been answered.
Mr. Chair, it has
I'm
not been
moving
answered. Mr. Chair, this is a budget exercise.
Right, and I
where
hear you
funds
on
have
that,
been
and that has
allocated
been
for the
asked.
fiscal year. For
All
the
right.
fiscal
we
year.
Both, we
If the
both
minister
can't
doesn't
speak at the
expect-
same time, and I am speaking. No, we both can't speak at the same time. I'm speaking. That has been answered. Port of Spain South.
Mr. Speaker, could you remind me as to the answer of the question, please?
Can't sign. But listen to Nyan. So Kareem started, Nyan finish it.
Question. Chairman, through you, line item 02001, 16, contract employment. The Honourable Minister indicated earlier that there are 634 vacant positions. Can the Honourable Minister indicate what is the sum to fill those 634 vacant positions, please?
I don't know yet.
Mr. Chairman, asked and answered.
Asked and answered.
Arima would have asked for the list to be provided in addition to the job description.
Yeah, I think that question has been answered.
Mr. Chairman, most respectfully, asking for the list of the...
I think the amounts have been answered too.
I'm asking for the quantum in terms of the budgetary allocation, whether it is 10 million, whether it is 20 million, what is the associated sum to fill the 634 positions, Mr. Chairman. That question has not been asked, and it certainly has not been answered before.
Minister of Finance would have answered that question before.
St. Anne's East.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On that same item, just for my edification, what is the amount that was said? Because I did not hear the amount and I have been making notes. I have the over 600 vacancies, but I don't have the amount that was
Minister
said.
of Finance, are you able to provide some clarification on that, further clarification?
Well, quite frankly, I think the members opposite are very well aware, until bodies have been put in positions, we have no idea of the total figure that would be required.
So
I have no idea of knowing if every vacancy will be filled, because even during your tenure, there were multiple, in fact, there are 20,000 vacancies that have been not filled under your tenure. And you did not budget for a single one of those.
If I may, Chairman, I am asking, what was the figure that the Minister of Finance quoted, since the Minister of Social Development said that there was a figure quoted, because the question asked was the figure, and the response was asked and answered. And the Minister of Finance said he gave a figure. So can I just have the figure associated with the over 600 vacancies in this line item, please?
I was very clear, ma'am. I was very clear that the Ministry of Finance has in a fund
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, if I may,
$475 million,
one, I am the MP for St. Anne's, I'm not a ma'am. And secondly, I am asking a very clear question. I am asking for the figure. I'm not asking if they're saying there's a fund to pay. I am not asking anything other than what is the figure that the minister said in direct response to our question. What is the figure that was quoted?
Minister, are you able to provide a figure now or some point in time?
Mr. Chairman, in all fairness, the Minister of Finance gave a lengthy answer earlier in terms of the employment fund, etc. I never stated that the Minister provided a figure as being stated by St. Anne's East. His question came afterwards, and I was clear to state that the Minister of Finance gave an explanation for that already under the same line item.
Move to Laventille East.
No, Chairman, I am not finished. I am not finished at all, because, Chairman, I'm drawing this to the attention that this cannot be procedurally correct. When the question was asked, the minister said it was asked and answered. It was clear a figure was being asked for. The minister said it was asked and answered.
Well,
and the Minister of Finance, no, but Chairman, I must protest this, because we are asking questions.
I'm trying to provide
the figure.
Well, I think you're just being facetious there,
I am
because
not
I
being.
can't provide the figure.
Mr. Chairman, if I may,
No,
we are trying to ask
hang
questions.
on, I am trying to provide a practical way forward.
Are you listening? I want to follow listening, boy. Let's commend the opposition now, Olia. Let's show them some love now, Olia. People who saying that they're weak. People who saying that they don't make sense. People who saying all kind of things about them. You all need to commend them today. You all need to big them up today. Big them up. They did well. I looked at the debate. I couldn't look at the whole thing because I had to prepare to come on. But let's be real. The opposition was on point. They were on point today. I want to play another video for you to show you how on point they was. Take a look at this one.
Support of Spain, and in the interest of time and my questioning, Mr. Chair, I seek your leave to, under the same 02, I will go straight to line item 28 under transport and cleansing brought forward on page 280, and that will be end of my questioning under 02. We are seeing a reduction, and this is in transport and cleansing under other contracted services, which is now the picking up of the garbage, a reduction, a decrease in Port of Spain of $8 million. So it's not about hysteria. It's not about anything. These are facts. And it is clear for anyone with two working eyes, even one working eye, to see that Port of Spain is being targeted with a reduction in its ability to properly pick up garbage in the city of Port of Spain. And I am asking, why have you reduced it by $8 million?
Mr. Speaker, once again, the member is either misleading or not reading the books properly. The $8 million is for goods and services overall. He is referring to garbage collection.
Line item 28 on page 280 under 02, other contracted services under transport and cleansing.
Sorry, that is, yeah, you see, it's all over the place. See? Yeah, but if you go line by line, we will not have this problem.
So I am asking a question, why have you reduced it by $8 million, the collection of garbage in the city of Port of Spain?
No, this garbage collection is one of...
Oleyana, the opposition get on bad today. They
Yes,
get on
engage
bad
in the
today.
same thing you complain of.
They like little children.
The
All right, come on,
opposition was
let's
on fire
get on with
today.
it, shall we?
Mr. Chairman, I just want to correct the member. Other contracted services is not limited to garbage collection alone. There are other services under this. Again, it seems to be an attempt to create some kind of panic or hysteria.
Mr. Chair, I am
And
taking offense
if I may
now. I am
finish-
not doing that.
If I may
I am not
finish-
doing that. This is transport and cleansing. I am not trying to do
And
anything
if I
of the
may
sort.
continue, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman,
Continue.
if I may, the allocation here should be sufficient to cover. However, we do have provisions for if there are any shortfalls.
But why, Mr. Chairman, the question was not answered. Why was it cut by $8 million? Why was it cut?
The current
And she can't, sir. The committee stage has come to an end today, and she's still a answer. Hello, good evening.
Pastor Google, I'm really sorry, but see what happened. I watched this thing all day today, and I'm going to be watching it whole week. I can't go nowhere this week because I think you're right. The PNM has done a fantastic job thus far. And I will tell you this. Listen to the answer from Khadija Amini answers. It's been the same answer. In other words, what they want the PNM to do
is roll over and play dead.
Not only that, but to come and beg for money. They want the Port of Spain Corporation.
But she said it. She said that if you want more money, come to me and beg. And ask.
And beg. That's what they want. In other words, listen, if people listen, those who didn't hear, listen to her answers. Don't listen to me, listen to her answers. They could always come back and they could ask for it, and we will assist. They want the PNM to come to them and beg for finances to pick up garbage in Port of Spain. Pick up garbage. You delete $8 million from picking up garbage in Port of Spain, and you can't give a proper response to why it is you take away $8 million from picking up garbage in Port of Spain. $8 million? But you give Central an additional $21 million? But you know what's the shocker, Pastor? You know what's the real shocker? I want people to listen to me, you know. This is the real shocker for me. And the win, 0.14, Pastor.
Yeah.
So then why does they reduce the allotment?
Because they want to win the
from 17 million to 5 million.
Because they want to win the 0.14 corporation.
But look at the kind of people living in Point.
That has nothing to do with it. They want to win the corporation. And the analysts and the strategic, the person who is the person who telling them what to do is saying, hey, the best way to win the corporations that you want, like San Fernando, Point Fortin, Port of Spain, you have to starve them of funds.
Stifle them. And that is what is going on. Imagine the capital city of Trinidad and Tobago, the capital city, you only give them $4 million.
Yep.
So how they going to clean when Carnival come wrong? How they clean the city?
Well, I don't know.
Who going to come to clean the city? That come and beg and say, listen, we need to pay people to come and clean the city? The city of Port of Spain that we always complain about, that's so stinking nasty. Every morning on a particular program, I have to listen to a certain individual talking about how stink Port of Spain is.
Yep.
Every single day.
Yep.
When you listen to that particular program, how stinking nasty Port of Spain. So if Port of Spain was getting $20 million, now they're only getting $4 million. Well, then what will happen?
Well, let's see.
Trinidad and Tobago, according to Barataria, all you wake up.
Thank you.
Wake up.
Well, I only see one person so far wake up, eh?
All you wake up because the same thing happening in Arima. Same thing.
Oh, sorry, caller. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. All right. Hello, good evening, going once. Hello, good evening, going twice. What's going on with this caller? Caller, you are live on Constructive Talk. All right, you're not ready. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Papa.
Yes, sir.
Well, boy, today I fully understood how I still come back with a budget of 49 billion and with a deficit of 3 billion. Because all you have to remember, the Minister of Culture said to us we have a $9 billion deficit. Mr. Emwood said to us they estimate that they would have a $5 billion deficit. And because of them, they raised it by 4 billion more. So right now I think we have a deficit of 9 billion. For them add on 4. So it is 59 billion is the budget for this year. Today I learned how they was able to reduce that deficit and look like they, how to put it, it's not that they cut spending, but they divert their spending to their communities. And you're also right in the sense that they're trying to starve the P&M corporation. And what the P&M needs to do is to go to each one of its corporations, not the corporation, no, its community in which the corporation represents. Talk to the councillors and start to have meeting, like if you're doing it door to door. You must not done here, we mustn't done complain. Because you know what I learned today? As I was saying, how these fellas them tell themselves this smart. Because I expect this afternoon that the media would have a conversation with PSA, Pastor Google, to ask PSA if the finance minister, common sense to finance, is more smart than the question that was asked to him by Brian Manning. Because he's trying to tell even me, because I'm a citizen, that maths don't make sense. So Pastor Google, think about this. You said to me, I work for you, right? And you said to me, next week, please God, when I get the next contract, I'll start your increase by 10%. So when you get the contract next week, Pastor Google, even though you know we have to have negotiations, that is standard. You know that and I know that. But you and I had an agreement where we already established my negotiation starting at 10%. And you said to me when you get the contract next week, I go start with 10%. Wouldn't you, when you get the contract next week and have to start to put aside my money for the next fortnight, even though we had to have the negotiations, you and I had a verbal arrangement, wouldn't you put aside at least half or my entire 10% in case the negotiations play off in the way that you and I negotiated to? So by not doing that, that means you didn't include that salary. That is why the question was asked to him by Brian Manning. When will the wage negotiation be completed? Do you intend to have it complete within this year? Because if you intend to have it complete in this year, then your deficit cannot be 3 billion in a Pastor Google, because you have to pay them the back pay, which is something like 7 billion, 9 billion, and then pay them the salary which is ongoing for the remaining year, which is this year, and into 2026. So your deficit can't be 3 billion. You understand that, Pastor Google? So I am waiting to hear the PSA. Any right thinking person could understand that. That can't make sense. And on top of that, here the next question that was asked to Ms. Mohit. Did you all allocate additional money to pay the increase? Because they're paying some NIS. So the NIS has now moved up to 3% how much or 6% how much. Did you put that money, add the additional, so let me say after the last to pay NIS, me and you know next week it's going up to 13. So therefore you have to put $3 more into today's money to make up 13 for next week. Did you do that? And she spin and she turn and she come all the way around. At the end of it, you tell me no. So that means again, your deficit goes up. They are actually trying to take out expenditure from the budget, you know. Mr. Imbut said that they have a bill of 13 billion or 13 billion or 13 million every month. Then take out 5 and make it 7. I mean, I know economists. I wonder where Mariano Brown and all of them so-called intellectuals disappear. Pastor Google, enjoy your night. We have to be dotish, stupid, foolish to not understand the work that the PLM put in today in the parliament.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor.
Good evening,
You
sir.
know, the important thing about the exercise is that it demonstrates to the national public why the debate was on board on Friday night. Because after 9 years of being in opposition, this standing finance committee shows why these people need to remain in opposition. And you know, the interesting thing about it, like myself, I watched it in and out, but I listened to most of the questions and so on. And as much as the chairman tried to assist them, these people incompetence are showing all the time. And many of them will be in opposition benches for the last 9 years doing this same exercise. But it seems that figures in governance are confusing them. And the duplicity that they have laid bare to the public is exposed. And they have no way to backtrack, especially when you have the career technocrats and public servants next to them pointing them to the figures as they are. They had no way to hide from the figures. And that was clearly explained to them. You know, like the thing I did? I had my 20-year-old watching it. And he was like, Daddy, what is this? I said, this is the real part of the budget. This is the nitty-gritty. This is the nuts and bolts of how the revenue and expenditure for the year is really debated and exposed to the public. And you see those questions there about the scavenging. But for me, the most scandalous admission was the one about the 10%. You see that? I hope that Mrs. Thomas and all her followers paid credence to what the man said. So it appears that there will be no jolly Merry Christmas for the public servants who waited for over 10 years because it has not been budgeted. And when you look at what was said by MP Amin, imagine she had to come back and admit, well, yes, the garbage collection is under other services, but she still didn't answer the question, why was the 8 million shortfall? She come back and talk about contingencies are in place for that. Lying, right? And it lays bare also of the trouble we will be in when the oil price of $73 and the gas price of $4 is not realized. So that's the stark reality, right? Piss poor, that shows that these people are not ready for governance. They're not able to. And all the opposition was doing is reading the facts and figures and asking the questions based on what is in front of them. So we can clearly see who did their homework with the bundles that were sent to them over the weekend in order to be prepared for this exercise. Shocking. Not to me, but to the people who went out and gleefully say yellow is the code and you understand? And bought it hook, line, and sinker. I wish you would drop for us again. The lady saying, we give all the country to run. Well, run it, dog. Thanks a lot for the opportunity, Pastor.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's listen to PSA. Let's listen to PSA.
This is your president, Felicia Thomas, president of the PSA. And this afternoon, I have commenced this live to address you on a critical matter in relation to your negotiations. So as we wait for the live to build, please share the live and let your colleagues know that I am about to address Mr. Avinash Maharaj, General Secretary, address the issue of the 10% and the offer made by the Minister of Finance. And it was unfortunate to hear that call from Brian Manning because more than anyone else in the opposition, Brian Manning sat in the Ministry of Finance and should have known what exactly was placed on the table on behalf of public officers. Comrades, this morning I have before me written documentation, not documentation of the PSA, but documentation of the official offers made by the Office of the CEO to the PSA on behalf of civil servants, members of the statutory authorities, and the Tobago House of Assembly. And let me start with the correspondence that was provided to the PSA on the 19th of May, 2022. That, comrades, is a memorandum of agreement that was prepared, ready to be signed, and handed to the PSA in a meeting with the CEO, placing their very first offer on the table. And if you recall, comrades, the very first offer made on behalf of public officers spanned for the period 2014 to 2018, placing an offer of 2% over that period of 8 years, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. Comrades, and we protested that disrespectful offer. And following that offer, on the 17th of June, the eve of Labor Day, another offer was made. And let me hold up the document here so that you guys can see. From the Chief Personnel Officer dated the 17th of June for the period 2014 to 2016 and 2017 to 2019. And the offer made was 002, that was for the period 2014 to 2016, and then 17 to 19, 002. Let me hold up page 2 so you can see it clearly for the period 2017 to 2019. So the offer that was placed on behalf of public officers was an offer of 4% over a period of 6 years. I found it very disingenuous of the opposition to stand before the public, workers, civil servants together during COVID, and they somehow feel threatened that this administration has delivered on the promise they made in their election campaign that they would place an offer of 10 on behalf of public officers. Comrades, I sit here this afternoon and I call them what they are. They are liars. They lied to the public because why? We have accomplished what workers truly deserve. A respectful offer for the periods, for the hard work of civil servants. You are the backbone of this nation, and I continue to say it. You held this country together during COVID, and they somehow feel threatened that this administration has delivered on the promise they made in their election campaign that they would place an offer of 10% for public officers. Let me say it again and clarify. The period that 10% is being offered for or has been placed on the table for the PSA to consider is 2014 to 2016, 2017 to 2019. Comrades, the very same period that 4% was offered by the opposition. Let me go a little further, because you would think that after they made that 4% offer on the 17th of June 2022, that sometime after that they placed a new offer on the table of 9%, that the union didn't consider again the period 14 to 16, 17 to 19. You'll recall the Minister of Finance announced on television, and that is where the PSA heard that the matter was sent to the court. The then Minister of Finance, Colin Lindbergh, announced that the matter was being sent to the special tribunal. And let me quote from the evidence relation to that matter. And this evidence reads, having carefully taken into account the foregoing factors, the state proposes a remuneration package, a true copy of which is attached at Appendix 3, which includes a 4% increase in salary over the 2 triennia, disaggregated as 0% in 2014, 0% in 2015, 2% in 2016, 0% in 2017, 0% in 2018, and 2% in 2019. With respect to COLA, the CPO proposes that there be no consolidation of COLA. Comrades, this is their evidence. This is what they have been fighting us in court to impose that 4%, that disrespectful 4% on workers. Comrades, yesterday was a day of victory, a day for workers to celebrate. Because what the Minister of Finance did yesterday was restore the negotiation process. What we saw previously was an imposition. There was no negotiation. We had 2 meetings where we received a letter, and it was a take it or leave it approach to negotiations. We now have the opportunity to sit and negotiate. We have 10% before us, and comrades, let me also update you and let you know that the CPO reached out to me to confirm that he received the union's letter requesting to meet, and we await his response where that is concerned. We are serious about your business. We are serious about settling your negotiations. Our aim is to have your negotiations settled by Christmas so that your monies will be in your pockets. Please, any information in relation to your negotiations comes from the PSA, no other entity. The opposition is trying to create mischief. They are probably ashamed of what they have done for the past 10 years to public officers, and rightfully so. I continue to say to Brian Manning, be quiet, stay silent. The message was sent before and it was sent yesterday. Sit down. Stay out of public officers' business. Thank you.
The Finance Minister has confirmed that there's no money set aside in the current budget for a 10% wage increase for public servants.
That's because, according to the Minister, talks over the pay hike are yet to begin. The Standing Finance Committee stage of the budget debate began this morning, with the Ministry of People, Social Development and Family Services being the first cabinet portfolio to be scrutinized. And while examining the various expenditure heads, Government was asked where is the money for public servants' wage increases that were promised in the budget reading. However, Devendranath Tanku said it would not be feasible to include that figure without the completion of the union's negotiations with the chief personnel officer.
There has been no negotiation started. So the assumption that there's a 10%, 12%, 0%, 5%, whatever your assumption is irrelevant at this point. We have to wait, and your version of accounting might be different. But we have to wait as a government until there is a negotiation started before we preempt and put some arbitrary figure in the numbers. That is common sense.
Meanwhile, the opposition accused the government of deliberately understating its expenditure by failing to include the proposed increase in NIS contributions in the budget documents. Social Development Minister Vandana Mohit was repeatedly asked whether the funds allocated for NIS payments accounted for the 6 percentage point increases scheduled for 2026 and 2027. Eventually, the minister admitted that the figures did not reflect the intended adjustments, but said what is budgeted would be enough. Commonwealth, however, told the finance minister that mathematically, that doesn't make sense.
The provision is adequate.
How is that possible, sir?
I am done. I am done. This question has been asked and answered and asked and asked and asked and asked and asked. Pay attention to the answers.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Social Development has not provided a clear answer on whether it will continue construction of the Centre for Socially Displaced Persons in Port of Spain, a project that was halfway completed under the previous administration.
All right, so you heard the PSA, and you just heard the minister. You heard the PSA, and you just heard the minister. All right? So, yeah, what I saying, Tolly, eh? Clearly, the PSA living in a dream world. Clearly.
Most relevant question today. Now that the man retire, people spitting fire, and every talking head having their say. For in this mix-up land that we call Trimbago, many times it does just boil down to race. They say that one side like African, and the next prefer East Indian, but it's way up choosing leaders is a disgrace. Yeah, why? Because a leader must help his country to rise. A good leader be able to motivate and
Mr. Chairman, does the Honourable Minister of Finance expect these negotiations to be concluded before the end of the fiscal year?
There's no line item here with regards to this. Can you please stick to the book?
It is. That's exactly what we're discussing.
Please. No.
Line item.
There's no line item
Mr.
here
Speaker,
for any of them.
my
I've
colleague,
answered these questions
Mr.
already.
Mr. Chairman, my colleague asked if the 10% increase in wages is included here. I'm saying that, and then the Minister of Finance responded that comes from conclusion of the wage negotiations. So I'm asking on the piggyback of that, does the Minister of Finance expect these wage negotiations to be completed before the end of the fiscal year? It's a simple question.
Member, this has been asked and answered very, very clearly already. There's no negotiation now. We are dealing with figures in front of you. Please focus on the documents that are in front of you instead of going off on your flights of fancy.
Mr. Minister of Finance, with all due respect, this is a budget exercise.
Okay, San Fernando East,
Mr.
that
Chair,
has been answered.
Mr. Chair, it has not been answered. Mr. Chair, this is a budget exercise.
Right, and I hear you on that, and that has been asked.
Fiscal year. For the fiscal
we
year.
We both can't speak at the
expect-
same time, and I am speaking. No, we both can't speak at the same time. I'm speaking. That has been answered. Port of Spain South.
Mr. Speaker, could you remind me as to the answer of the question, please?
All right, so you just heard Mr. Brian Manning, and he would have done his due diligence today. Hello, good evening.
And a leader must be one whose vision is clear.
I'm trying to understand the Minister of Finance on two issues. Every accountant, everybody who has experience in accounting in this country, put out a figure, an estimated figure, that will cost the government if they have to pay 10% and what the recurring budget is going to be. Everybody in this country have an idea if it's 15 million or whatever. What the nonsense it is that he coming to tell this country that they don't, the negotiations ain't start yet. You must know how much public servants you have in the country. You must know that you're going to pay 10% to all those public servants. And you must know that all those public servants are going to go forward with a 10% increase. So you can present an estimated figure. Understand something? And then you want to hire 600 and something people. And you are asked, what is the figure? You can't give a figure. You know what you say? You don't know if 20 people will apply, or 500 people will apply, or 10. What nonsense is this? This is what we have to settle for governance. As a Minister of Finance, you would say, well, you know, you would present a figure. It could be higher, it could be lower, but this is a targeted figure, 6 million, 4 million, whatever. You are saying about, you don't know if 2 people will take the job. Nonsense! Nonsense! They need to go back to Cancun and the whole banner ministers need to just take a break from. Listen to me now.
Yeah, nah, it now started. We still have Baby Hulk. We still have Baby Hulk to go through it. We still have Baby Hulk to go through with this. Only feel it now start. We have Baby Hulk. And we have Dr. Munilal. We have
and Spider-Man.
And we have we name to go through this to it.
Spider-Man.
Who's Spider-Man?
The big belly one for boy ever is up there.
No, I don't think he okay. And then we have he go talk for Baby Hulk. And then we have you still have David Lee. Yeah, and then you have David Lee.
Well, I don't think David Lee will be as stupid as Tankwande. He might be ugly, but he have evil.
Yeah,
Munilal. Chinese, he know about money.
Yeah, Munilal.
Well, Munilal will just be arrogant as per usual.
Who again we have again?
No, man, no. Well, I am hoping that after today's exercise, that they will meet all night and go back through their line items. You understand? And pull the thing together. Because clearly they're not ready. And that Minister of Finance, that man is disgusting. And the Speaker of the House, he wants to get involved in every discussion. And you can't speak while I am speaking. Well, who don't know that? Jeez. Anyway, Pastor Google, good night to you and loyal listeners. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for calling. All right. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, Pastor. I listened to this to Felicia Thomas. First 3 years you get 2%. The second 3 years you get 2%. And the third 3 years, how much you give them? That's 5%, but so if that's 5% and 4%, that's 9%. So if you get just one extra, you're getting 1% extra. So I don't know what is all this thing she making noise about. And when Marlon asked the question, the man put $1 inside it and say, well, if we get through, we go pay the money. And if we don't get through, but the first 3 years, 14, 15, 16, we don't know that the 10% they're talking about. So it's very confusing. But it has no money and no 10% for it to get. I want to hear if Sheila Thomas going to say, somebody had to interview she and say, let she say what she had to say. If she get it or if it's not there later.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good evening.
Pastor Google.
Yes, sir.
Who is Baby Hulk?
Did I say what your name? The minister.
Pastor Google, who is Baby Hulk? Pastor Google.
This call is the Minister of Defense.
Yeah, but what about the? So where you calling the leader of government business?
Who's the leader of government business?
Pararat.
I don't know what it is called. I don't care about what it is called.
Pastor Google, you see that one?
I have a partner. I just call Paddy. You know.
I know, but you see that one? I waiting for that one.
Which one?
Pararat.
Oh, he's in the Ministry of what?
Public Utilities. Pastor Google,
I don't feel like listening to that one, huh? That noise, that irritating song, boy.
Pastor
I can't take that irritating, boy. That. Shut up! You really serious? You serious?
Pastor Google, we can't leave home. We have to listen.
No, I'm not going to be listening to Paddy. I'm sorry. You can listen to Paddy. I can't listen to you.
Pastor Google, you're responsible.
No. I ain't getting paid enough to listen to Paddy.
Pastor Google.
I ain't getting paid to listen to Paddy. I'm sorry, I can't listen to that. I cannot listen to that.
Pastor Google, your show depends on you.
What?
Doing what is necessary
to listen to Paddy.
Bring information to the people.
No, I can't listen to Paddy.
Pastor.
No.
We have to listen to all of them, but we have to listen to certain individuals who we know will be controversial. Because you see, Pastor Google, the people must understand, and it must be etched in their memory of the type of people who they decided that they was vexed with the PNM for, or who they went and they voted for.
Well, hear what I'm saying to you.
Yes. Yes.
I hear you. I understand what you're saying, but to be quite honest, at this stage in my life, I really don't think that I could take on listening to Paddy. No. Nah, I'm sorry.
Pastor, this is our country. This is our budget.
Yeah, well, then you listen to him and come back and tell me what on. Let me tell you something. It will make news.
Yeah, but you see, when you bring it across, Pastor, people will appreciate it more than if I bring it across.
All right. So hear what?
They appreciate you more.
All right. So hear what?
And it is your responsibility to ensure that the people, because remember that she asked the other day, and I told you the other day that there was something that I observed, but I couldn't talk about it because I didn't want to spread propaganda, but now I could talk about it. And what it was that people was cutting grass in San Fernando in the night. But Daily Knock and they spoke about it in tongue. But when I saw it in San Fernando and Pointe-a-Pierre and Marabella, if I had said it then, nobody would have believed me. That people was cutting grass in these places. That they were being paid to cut grass. But if I had said it then, people would have said I paid them and I spreading propaganda. And I didn't want to say it then, but I'm going to say it now because you know why? Dale Enoch said it the other day. That he saw people cutting grass. And now people want to know who are the contractors cutting grass in this place. I saw it. But we don't know who paying them. And that is my point. That there are things happening, in other words, but we don't know, and we're not certain who paying them. But we have an idea, but we're not certain, Pastor. And that is why your show is important. Because people will believe you more than they would believe me. Because I am according to Daily Look, I'm a sycophant. So, therefore, my words ain't going to mean nothing. But your words, Pastor, will mean a lot to the people who are listening to you. That's why you have gone past over 1,000 when the night come. That's why I asked you, I told you, there are things happening in this country. And there are some people who are not going to believe it until it hit them in the face. There are things happening that is not good for Trinidad and Tobago. And a devaluation is coming. I told you all this. I told all about the gas. I told you all.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. All right, you're not ready.
This head deals with the public servants.
I understand what the head deals with. My question is...
Well, you have to ask a question that is relevant to this line item.
Yes, so
there may be a line item later on for your question.
Madam,
but
at one time you may sit in that chair. No. You do not determine, respectfully, what is relevant. The chair and the chair alone tells me what is relevant. So here's my question to you.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. This item is
Mr. Chairman, here's my question. Under this allocation here, is any of this money, any of the $5.3 million allocated to persons who are performing 10-day work?
Mr. Chairman.
Simple question, yes
Mr.
or
Chairman,
no?
I cannot help it if the member does not understand what I started off explaining on the very first question from the member for Laventille West. When he asked, I indicated that this line item is for public servants. So the answer is no. If you don't understand the difference, I can't help you. But the answer is no, and all the other members understand the difference.
So the answer then, the no, is that there's no allocation under this heading for any 10-day worker. Are you shouting at me, madam? Are you raising your voice? No, I'm just asking a question. Are you shouting at me?
There's no need for this.
It's disrespectful, innit? Kirisha tell him, are you asking a notice question? What kind of ministers you have? You know, if that was a PNM minister do that, did he not cantonally and then when I go to tongue and here? You know? Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor. Pastor, hello?
Yes, caller.
Pastor, I am hearing this and I'm not shocked because I watching with Mohit. Watching with Mohit. Mohit looking like she know what she is. She looking like she. Every question you ask, she take out 5 or 6 seconds to answer the question. She doesn't answer. I watching Dave Tanku getting vexed. You know, think Dave Tanku say it's always so and so because he was vexed. He was clearly vexed. Because how you could tell me you are a minister of finance? Come Monday. For this bill and board, 10% again, and you have no allocation for that in the budget. So you're trying to tell me they're getting the money in 26 rather than 25?
But they say they're getting it for Christmas. You hear Felicia said that?
I just see that girl. That girl is just a noise maker. That girl don't have to she is. No offense, she's a noise maker. How you get money before Christmas and you ain't go by CPO, madam? How you getting that?
She said that the CPO acknowledged a letter that they sent to him.
You ain't talked to the CPO yet, madam. How you getting that? You didn't talk to the CPO before the brother read, madam. So I don't know, that girl is a noise maker. There's still a shame of meeting she is. And I watching Kirisha, you know, she more vexed than I think. Nobody, you don't understand where we did. It's 8 million cut, and you vex because people, especially because people go share what I find go and think after this question. All I'm getting vexed, like you know, you're not supposed to answer, ask and criticize. Well, I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear Billy Hawk. I watched the article at the house. I don't know nobody tell me. I think I'm off.
They will put what his name to sit down next to him.
I'm gonna buy popcorn and coke.
No, they will put what's his name? Winston to sit next to him.
Winston?
Yeah, Superman.
But have to do to the ministry.
Yeah, well, remember the both of them ministry intertwined. So they will put. Trust me, you will come back and tell me, no. You will say, Pastor Google was right. They are going to put Winston to answer for him.
Yeah, I wasn't here to hear. You say you don't hear him. I want to hear the Jack Queen. I mean, sorry,
well, they really want to hear Paddy Boy. I don't want to hear that. I feel they will let the debate. I feel they would let the committee stage collapse.
Other than make it picture. Come on, hard questions. I want to get the drag queen. So I'm in the minister of public.
All right, sir. Have a good evening. You have a good evening, eh? Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Caller, you're not ready. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening, ma'am.
I have three simple things to talk about. Number one, I'm an ex-public servant, but what I heard in the budget, the ministers say after the negotiation is finished, they are going into Republic Bank, First Citizen Bank, and NIB to get the money.
He said that?
With the budget, when they read the budget, and he said he got the go-ahead for the CPU and the PSA to meet. And after they will be checking First Citizen Bank, Republic Bank, and NIB for the money.
I can't remember hearing. I'll go back and play over the tape and see.
Yeah, must check it out.
I know that he talked about First Citizen, Republic Bank, and stuff like that, but it wasn't in relations to.
Yeah, it was in relation to the settlement. Check it out.
Okay.
Right. And number two, I could have said CPEP open back because I see some Indian people cutting grass in the night. I say CPEP start back to work.
No, it hasn't started back.
Well, in Marlborough, they're cutting grass in the night.
They get a contract from the Tunapuna Regional Corporation. Not Tunapuna, what do they call it? I forget the corporation now.
Who, the San Fernando?
No, Marlborough don't fall under San Fernando.
Yes. Which part are you talking about fall under San Fernando?
Okay.
So I don't know where they get a contract from. And the third thing, I could have swear the war had started last night. The amount of
fireworks.
Like that was cannon and thing.
Yeah, that is the thing. I know what you're talking about. All right, caller.
Okay then.
Thank you. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I'm going to make a prediction. Yes, good evening. I'm going to make a... Good evening.
Listen to me on your phone and not on the television or whatever you're looking at me on.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes. I'm just making a prediction. Yes. We are going to have social unrest in Trinidad.
No, don't say that.
No, but sir,
do you see
the allocation? Do you see the allocation?
No, you're not listening to me. You're not listening to me. I'm saying to you, don't say that, sir, because those are things those are sedition statements. Those are seditious statements, and when you make statements like that, they are going to come after me and they're going to say, I am encouraging people to have X, Y, and Z. That's why I said to you, don't say that, sir. Right? It's not that, whatever you was coming to say after, would have justified what you said. I cannot allow you to say things like that on this platform, because that is encouraging sedition. All right? Just be mindful of that now, Leo. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Pastor Vogel. Pastor Vogel, when you speaking about the whole solution, is that these people had the ability to manipulate these numbers on the budget. Or let me do to cook in the books. If you understand what I'm saying, Pastor Vogel. And the budget hasn't been passed as yet. They still has to go to the upper house debate. But it shows what type of people we have in parliament. And like I said again, or you didn't want Mr. Fukai to be the MP for Shabu Assis, or you still decided to retain Ms. Mohit. Or you didn't want Mr. Esmond Ford to represent Oya against Napuna, or you decided to go with the Incredible Hulk. see what the color will be in? Or you didn't want Mr. Faisal Wahri to represent all the South West? Or you decided to bring in a retired principal to present all you? Or you have a huge problem first? As for point 14 and Labrie, or you didn't want Randall Mitchell, or you didn't want Mr. Kennedy, or you decided to bring two so-called labor union people to represent all you. I don't know what's going on now. But I want to say hats off to the opposition. They put the government in a spot and so now can even answer the questions properly. So, that's a good look and listen. You have a good night.
Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Blessings to you and your family. Blessings to Trinidad and Tobago. I will be short and direct. What is this going on between the finance minister and this Felicia Thomas, the Holy Caller? Is this a card game? Who really have the Essa hearts? Because I know in a card game it has 4 S's and 1 Essa hearts, 1 Essa spade, diamonds, and clubs. Where does other Essa hearts come from? And another thing again, I have to say, and let me go from after it. There's a gentleman that's staying quiet, and his name is Mr. Ansel Rocher. Good night, Mr. Ansel Rocher, too. Why it is you staying so quiet? Do you have a deal coming your way for patriotic if the invasion take place? How you staying so quiet? All these workers that have been dismissed irregularly, how you staying so quiet? Anyhow, Pastor, love you, man of God.
All right, sir. All right. I hear you.
CPAP workers are among hundreds who braved heavy rains and traffic congestion today to sign up for government's recruitment drive. It is currently taking place at the National Cycling Velodrome in Couva. Some said they struggled to complete their applications on the employtt.gov.tt website and decided to submit physical copies instead. Also in the crowd were young graduates and many over 40 hoping for a chance at stable work. One mother, Mina Ragbir, says she has been trying to help her son find employment since the pandemic, while her father, Rajesh Ramkisoon, is looking for a stable job.
I'm very, very frustrated. I need him to get a job. He's my last child to get out of my hands to go into the working force. So I'm pleading with anyone, please accept him and let him get a job somewhere in some ministry.
I hope it's something that we can move forward with, hoping that we can actually jobs come out here. That's not like a fun. Yeah. Because you know, most times you just paint a picture and after the picture is painted, then there's nothing.
Staff at the velodrome said there are openings across several ministries for both contract and daily rated workers. At the office of the Attorney General's booth, Permanent Secretary Indira Rampal Chetty said the turnout has been good. She said the drive allows ministries to fill vacancies faster and reach a wider pool of qualified applicants. The AG's office is already shortlisting candidates with interviews expected to begin next week.
It shows that the government is serious about filling the vacancies and about creating opportunities for our young people and for unemployed and underemployed people out there. At the AG's office, we have some vacancies for attorneys at law, for business operations coordinators, we have hospitality attendants, we have office support assistants, so it's a range.
Almost every ministry and several state agencies participated in the event, including the Ministry of Health and the regional health authorities.
Among the positions available were change coordinators, research specialists, and content creators, along with carpenters and laborers. Officials say shortlisting will continue in the coming weeks, with some hires expected soon after. former CPEP workers to hold on for at least another 6 months. Well, the PNM says it is shocking that Minister Padarath has asked the former CPEP workers to hold on for at least another 6 months.
Speaking with CNC3 News today, Faris Al-Rawi lamented that government keeps shifting the goalpost on CPEP. First questioning the awarding of contracts, then claiming the program was infiltrated by criminal elements, and now framing its actions as an effort to liberate people from being mere grass cutters.
But he says while the PNM fights for them in the courts, there needs to be a short-term solution to their economic woes.
What is quite astounding from somebody that has promoted things like baby milk grant and about looking after single mothers, etc., that there has been not one iteration of a thought on how the most vulnerable in our society are going to be given aid and assistance. They are without employment.
Al-Rawi claims there are now 30,000 people who have been put on the breadline by the UNC government.
Hello, good evening, caller.
Mr. Pastor Google, good night.
Hi, good evening. I answered your call just now, but you hung up.
Okay. I find it very strange that recruitment of CPEP workers was started first in Cuba. What is going on? What is going on? I am seeing so much racism going on in this country. I'm sorry to say that, but I am very concerned there. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
All right. Also tonight on the news, we heard where the CJ, was it? Hello, good evening.
Good evening again, Pastor. This cannot be a drive for CPEP workers if you tell me hold on for the next 6 months.
No, that's an old clip I played just to remind people of what was said back then.
All right. Oh, okay. Well, all right. So it comes back to the point I'm making. This cannot be a drive for CPEP workers.
No, well, they already said that they're going to close down the program. It's just a clip that I played.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. This job exercise that I had in Cuba is to find work for people. Right? And what they are saying is CPEP workers attended this drive. Right? So I have to say, I have CPEP workers in Grandy. I have CPEP workers in Toko. I have CPEP workers in Mayaro. And most likely, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, it is difficult for you to travel from Gandhi to all the way down to Cuba.
And I think they will carry it. It will be a drive all over. I don't think that they're gonna. I don't think that it's going to be. It's just going to be in Cuba. I think that.
Let's hope so, because
no, that is how it's going to be. Come on, I'm not gonna be so thing. And no, that's exactly.
No. I am saying let's hope so, because if Pastor Google, let me be logical. If this is a drive to help CPEP workers,
it's not a drive to help CPEP workers. It's a drive for people who are unemployed.
Employment. Right, but their argument is that CPEP workers are turning up. You have a problem with that. And I'm saying, if you want to help the most vulnerable in society, that you know half of those jobs that you have there, that is why the lady said, this is my last son home. She didn't just want a job for him, she was a government worker. But this is what the government is offering. So I'm saying, if you are offering the most vulnerable in society, Pastor Google, you have a list of all, because you as the government used to pay CPEP workers, the contractor, the government paid CPEP workers. So they know everybody by name. So if you want to get these people that you're so-called talking about a job, you could call them individually, Pastor Google, and give them, find out their position, find out what their capabilities are. If you want to start at the most vulnerable in society, I guess that's where we start.
And they talking with that. I don't see this as helping the most unfortunate in society. I see this from which part it starts to help one particular group of people. Because again, if you tell me in the next few months, some of these people will be employed, where they get any money from the payment? Because here what's going on. I didn't hear that. No way in the budget yet. Technically, they're still going and employing people in some of these positions in the Attorney General office. Me ain't no lawyer. Me ain't no director, no, and content creator. Come on, Pastor Google. Which parents enjoy evening?
Again, the job, the recruitment drive is not just for CPEP workers. The recruitment drive is for persons who are qualified for positions that are available in the different ministries. That is what it's saying. Right? So it's not for CPEP workers only. And I personally don't believe that they're just going to keep it in Cuba. I believe that they're going to go all over Trinidad and Tobago. That's just my view. Right? So while we might be looking at it and scrutinizing and criticizing and whatever, cool. Guys, you're right. But I think sometimes we need to listen and not just, because the mother who looking for a job for her son never worked CPEP. Let's be real. He never worked CPEP. They just said that, you know, when the report said that persons from CPEP would have showed up to get the job. You understand? But so I just really wanted to highlight that. You know? Something else I wanted to do. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, here's the thing with this one, right? You know very well that most of the CPEP and URP workers, most of them barely had the passes to apply for those positions. And I think that's where the problem lies, you know, right? Secondly, this is my opinion, that you could disagree with me. I personally feel all this data gathering of information is an next Cambridge Analytica. We could agree to disagree on that. I am very sorry, but with this government, anything is possible. Right? And there are cases where a person, you could sign up for a job and it doesn't get through, but they have your data on their system. If you understand what I said, Pastor Google. Okay, so I watch this thing with a kind of cut eye at this point in time. Right? But okay. I could say Cambridge Analytica is alive and well, and it is working, whether we like it or not. We can't bury our head in the sand about that. Cambridge Analytica is alive and working in this country. Have a good day.
CPEP workers are among hundreds who braved heavy rains and traffic congestion today to sign up for government's recruitment drive. It is currently taking place at the National Cycling Velodrome in Couva. Some said they struggled to complete their applications on the employtt.gov.tt website and decided to submit physical copies instead. Also in the crowd were young graduates and many over 40 hoping for a chance at stable work.
So, apart from CPEP workers, who was in the crowd was over 40 and young graduates. So it was the only CPEP workers. All right?
One mother, Mina Ragbir, says she has been trying to help her son find employment since the pandemic, while her father, Rajesh Ramkisoon, is looking for a stable job.
I'm very, very frustrated. I need him to get a job. He's my last child to get out of my hands to go into the working force. So I'm pleading with anyone, please accept him and let him get a job somewhere in some ministry.
I hope it's something that we can move forward with, hoping that we can actually jobs come out here. That's not like a fun. Yeah. Because most times you just paint a picture and after the picture is painted, then there's nothing.
Staff at the Velodrome said there are openings across several ministries for both contract and daily rated workers.
So, people from all over the ministries, all ministries, they're looking for contract and daily paid workers.
At the office of the Attorney General's booth, Permanent Secretary Indira Rampal Chetty said the turnout has been good. She said the drive allows ministries to fill vacancies faster and reach a wider pool of qualified applicants. The AG's office is already shortlisting candidates with interviews expected to begin next week.
It shows that the government is serious about filling the vacancy.
This part here is what really catch me, is how she batting for the government. She batting for the government here, saying it shows her how the government is serious. A permanent secretary, Leave me alone,
and about creating opportunities for our young people and for unemployed and underemployed people out there. At the AG's office, we have some vacancies for attorneys at law, for business operations coordinators, we have hospitality attendants, we have office support assistants. So it's a range.
So you know what I would say? I would say this to you guys this evening. You remember when former Attorney General Faris Albari said that he went into the ministry of the Attorney General and he didn't move nobody, he didn't move this one, he didn't move that one, he left this one there, he left that one there, and whatever. Think about it.
Almost every ministry and several state agencies participated in the event, including the Ministry of Health and the regional health authorities.
Among the positions available were change coordinators, research specialists, and content creators, along with carpenters and laborers. Officials say shortlisting will continue in the coming weeks, with some hires expected soon after.
To choose a leader, that's the most relevant question today. Now that the man retire, people spitting fire, and every talking head having their say. For in this mixed up land that we call Trinbago, many times it does just boil down to race. They say that one side like African, and the next prefer East Indian, but this way of choosing leaders is a disgrace. Here why? Because a leader must help his country to rise. A good leader, be able to motivate and then mobilize. A good leader, and a leader must be one whose vision is clear. A good leader, holding ethics and integrity dear. A good leader, oh yes, a leader should be humble and polite, not wrapped up in ego or arrogant, always picking fight. Not a tyrant or a dictator. That is not what this country needs. That will only make my nation bleed. His first goal should be service, not self-advancement or greed. Blessed is the one who was born to lead. Good leaders are born, not made.
So hear this now. Yesterday we were talking about something, and I promised you guys that I would have done the research and find it and play it for you. I know the time is already fast spent, so I want to play it quickly, and tomorrow, please God, I'll play it early in the program so that you guys can share your views on it. So listen to this.
Cost, who was going to pay for it, and where the crude.
Welcome back. The government has received a preliminary report on the possible restart of the Point-a-Pierre refinery.
Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal confirms the 12-member committee led by former Energy Minister Kevin Ramnarine completed its initial work and submitted its findings. They were appointed to assess the feasibility and cost of restarting operations at the Guaracara refinery. In her contribution to the 2026 budget debate in Parliament, Opposition Leader Penelope Beckles accused government of going silent on the issue, pointing out that the Finance Minister made no mention of it during his budget presentation. But Dr. Munilal says the government has options, and in the coming days, there will be exciting news on the refinery's future.
It requires some more negotiations and some more work, but it is something that we're extremely pleased that the committee is finalizing their work. They have done it, and we'll go forward with that, and we will outline some of the issues, some of the challenges, and the future, which we hope will be bright. And I'm hoping that, not by this Diwali, but by next Diwali, we should be lighting up as well the refinery in Point-à-Pierre.
The minister, who was speaking at Diwali celebrations at his Debe constituency office on Sunday, is also assuring the population that work is continuing on the Dragon gas deal behind the scenes.
We are not putting all our eggs in one basket, because Dragon is one gas field. There are other gas fields that we are working for expansion. We have cross-border fields, Coquina and Lauren. We have other interests as well.
However, former Energy Minister Stuart Young is concerned and has questions about the refinery restart, namely how much it would cost, who was going to pay for it, and where the crude oil was coming from.
Right. So you heard that, right? So I promised you guys yesterday that I would have done some research for you and come with some information, that some of you would have wanted to get. I would have made some statements, and I know some of you were questioning the facts of my statements. So this is where I would have gotten my statements from. Take a listen to this.
Interest on the revenue side. None. Not even this month or next 10 years. They have no interest on the revenue side. Pander to everybody who wants anything and say, I will give you that. Right? And then come and talk about 2014. What a wonderful period we had, and we had the biggest economy. Madam Speaker, I don't know where you were, but I know where I was. I was over there watching the government over here. And it was in 2014 that the economic decline had started, and by 2015, right, when the oil price moved down from $108 to $45, the government changed at that time. So what is the former Prime Minister doing coming here and talking about 2014 was a period of great prosperity? Well, in fact, that was when the flag started to be lowered. And Madam Speaker, if we in fact are true to ourselves, if the price of oil go down and the price of gas go down, it's going to affect us negatively. You could personalize it. You wish you could blame John, you could blame Harry, you could blame Camille. If the price of oil is going down outside and we don't set those prices. And what is worse, not only the price is going down, but our mature fields, whatever you want to call it, Petrochin or Chintopec, if the mature fields are delivering up less of the product that you are selling, as they have done in the last decade, you will have lower revenues. And it falls to government to address that situation. And Madam Speaker, we have done so, and done so spectacularly. We've moved our involvement in the petrol sector from a loss-making position to a profit-making position in heritage, and I dare say in Paria. It is too difficult for some people to understand or to accept. We understand that. Because if you win government, that may not have happened, and God alone knows what would have happened to us. So you go on a platform now, you're talking about, we're going to open back Petrochin. But if the people of this country are sufficiently disconnected and allow that to happen, well then maybe our colleagues on the other side have a pipe somewhere that will bring crude to Point-à-Pierre. because the refinery was closed for one singular reason. And the singular reason was a lack of proper supply of crude. So if only have that, more power to you. Madam Speaker, former Prime Minister gets up here this evening and talks about Petrotrin and debt. And Petrotrin was a big earner of foreign exchange. Madam Speaker, I want to ask my colleagues on the other side. When we were importing in the last years of Petrotrin, over 100,000 barrels of oil per day, what were you all paying for with jumbo beans? There's nobody in this chamber who will tell me that we were not relying on imported crude as a major component of the refinery operation. If you're importing it, then you have to pay for it, and you pay for it in foreign dollars. And what is worse, having paid for it in foreign dollars, you bring it here, you refine, and you lose as much as $7 or $8 a barrel guaranteed loss. Even as I speak to you now, Madam Speaker, and the opposition leader gone from the chamber, wherever she gone, I don't know. But the bottom line is, the Minister of Finance right now, taxpayers right now, still servicing $400 million of debt. And that's US dollars, eh? US dollars. That's almost 3 billion TT dollars. Yes. Being serviced right now. And much of that debt, much of it had to do with paying for crude oil that we borrowed money to pay for crude oil, to bring to the refinery, to refine, and to lose money. Madam Speaker, it was not the easiest thing in the world. But this government did not kick the can down the road. This government dealt with that issue. Madam Speaker, what's the other report? Opposition leader got up here, asking a series of questions. What is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? Wasting time. Because those were the questions that ought to have been asked, that were asked, if they were, at the Finance Committee meeting. But to get up here and pretend that there's no answer to all these great questions, if you didn't ask it then, this is the debate on the report. This is not the place to come and ask, what is this and what is that and what is that? But dysfunctionality is constantly associated with my colleagues on the other side. Madam Speaker, as we go forward to the end of the fiscal year, nothing extra dramatic will happen, except that the Ministry of Finance will have to, in some areas, suppress certain things, in other areas, prioritize certain things. That's what
So you heard Dr. Rowley? Well, you heard Dr. Rowley. I good. I good, you know. I good. I real good. I want to ask you to continue or to make your contributions to Constructive Talk. Constructive Talk is in dire need of your help to stay on this platform. I know that a lot of you appreciate what I do, but I cannot do it without your help. So for those of you who are listening, I want to ask you guys. Yes, Born to Lead. Hello, Born to Lead.
Yes, I just hear the boss. I just hear the boss, boy. Yes, I just hear the boss.
All right, sir.
They want nothing with that. Nothing.
All right, man. Thanks for calling. Yeah. So what I want you to do is to make your contributions to any First Citizens Bank. All right, make your contributions to any First Citizens Bank. I'm gonna put up the information for you in a short bit, and I'm genuinely asking you for your assistance to keep Constructive Talk live on Facebook and on YouTube. All right? I am asking you to make a contribution. Make a contribution. Make a contribution. Do you all, if you all appreciate what I do, I bring you the information and I don't make up anything. The thing about it is that I don't sit here and make up or concoct a story. What we do is we pull stories as a network. We pull stories from the news, current affairs, things that are happening, real things that are happening in Trinidad and Tobago. And I present it to you as a platform for discussion. That's what I do. I don't come on here and give you some kind of conspiracy theory. What's your problem? What's your problem? What's your problem? And you have a whole platform. You have places to call and talk. Why are you calling here? Okay. Thank you. Right? So I want you all to make your contributions to Constructive Talk. I'll put up the information. And I want to ask you to genuinely, if you come on every night and you appreciate what is being discussed and talk about. So I am asking you guys to genuinely assist me in keeping Constructive Talk alive. Cool? Yes? No? Just let me know to the bottom of the in your comment section. Let's let me know yes, no, if you are willing to keep Constructive Talk alive and well on these platforms. Just type yes or no as I put up the banking information for you. All right, so this is the banking information. So this is the banking information, and you can make your contributions to any First Citizen Bank. The account number is 2417963. 2417963. 2417963. So you can make your contributions to any First Citizen Bank, and you can WhatsApp and let me know, hey, Pastor Google, I made the contribution. All right? Let me know when you make the contribution towards the program. So if you are agreeing with, keeping the program up and alive and well, just let me know. Just type yes. You're going to make a contribution to keep the program alive and well. So those of you on Facebook, those of you on YouTube, let me see what Facebook is saying. If anybody on Facebook is saying yes or no. All right. So those of you on Facebook, those of you on YouTube, just type yes or no if you'll be making the contribution towards keeping the program alive and well. All right. I'm seeing some people saying yes on YouTube. All right, so let me say thank you to all of you who are responding on Facebook. I mean on YouTube. I'm not seeing anybody responding on Facebook. So to those of you who are on YouTube, on Facebook, you can respond yes, and let me know if you will be making your contributions towards keeping Constructive Talk on the airwaves. All right, on YouTube and on Facebook. So you can just type yes and let me know if you will be making your contributions towards keeping the platform alive. All right. We want to keep this platform going. I don't know if there's anybody else or any other platform that is giving you an opportunity like this to interact and to look at current affairs in this way that how I present it to you. Tomorrow, my father is going to be on with me. All right. People are asking if he's my real father. Oh, Lord. Some people asking, that's your real father? Huh. So he's going to be on with me tomorrow, please God, from 8:30. So you can join us as we discuss current affairs, what's happening with Venezuela and America and Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean. I'm supposed to have an interview with a gentleman from Grenada very soon. So I'm still organizing on that project. All right. So I'm going to be contacting the persons, relevant persons from Grenada to tell us how that is going to go. Also, I have an interview with a gentleman who is doing the play. Why Didn't I Get Married? He's going to be on with me. And remember, please, I ask you to help the young people. If you live in San Fernando area, I saw one person message me and said that they have already ordered their bacon shack. So I'm asking you, if you are living in the San Fernando area, please patronize the Colombo Kings Pan Orchestra as they embark on raising funds. All right? A lot of things are happening, but most of all, I need your support to keep this platform up and running. Please, I need your help. All right? So please, if you are going to make a contribution, let me know. All right, let me know. It'll be nice if you can WhatsApp me also and let me know when you make the contribution. All right, it'll be nice. The number to WhatsApp me on is 1-868-464-7003. With 003 I say in here. 1-868-464-7003. All right, you can WhatsApp that number. Let me know when you make the contribution. All right, so you can WhatsApp that number and let me know when you make your contribution. So again, let me thank all of you for being with me this evening. If you think that the program was good, put some thumbs up in the chat. If you think that the program was slamming this evening, put some thumbs up in the chat.
Trinidad, it's back for 2 nights only. The explosive hit comedy stage play by Alan Charles. Why Didn't I Get Married? It's not good for a man to be alone. But what about the black woman? Is the church guilty of keeping women single? Or is there really a man shortage? Come laugh, cry, and think at a show that's more than a play. It's a conversation, not for the easily offended. Saturday, 1st November, 7 p.m. at USC Auditorium, Maracas, St. Joseph. Sunday, 9th November, 6 p.m. at Sapa, San Fernando. Tickets for the USC campus, $200 in advance, $225 at the door. Tickets for Sapa, $225 in advance, and $250 at the door. Get them at USC campus, A&A Pharmacy Port of Spain, Maranatha Bookshop, San Fernando, Living Legacy Pharmacy Arima, or online at theticketsellers.co.uk. Why Didn't I Get Married? Don't miss the comedy that everyone will be talking about. Brought to you by the University of the Southern Caribbean and Focus Arts Promotions.
I recall more than 3 decades ago, a senior telecommunications manager, let's call him Michael. And Michael was assigned to the task of presenting the government's position at a regional conference. Michael struggled and visibly trembled, especially since he presented after the retired North American ambassador, who had the audience in stitches, laughing up every word. I'm Dr. Madonna Todd. And I made a silent vow then to help people like Michael, who are technically competent, but who struggle and succumb to fear when speaking in public. Now, as a communications architect, I partner with organizations and individual leaders to transform their leadership presence, including the way they express themselves. So, if your goal is to amplify your authentic voice, influence others, and lead with confidence, join me from October 28th to November 11th for our Communicate with Confidence online course. To all the Michaels, it's possible to overcome fear, step fully into your role, and lead with confidence.
During our 3 weeks course, I gained a lot of knowledge and insight on how to communicate with confidence using the different techniques and skills taught. Another thing that resonated for me is the fact that the same way singers prepare their voice, increase their lung capacity by eating healthy, doing the necessary breathing exercises, is the same way someone who is going to present should also prepare their voice. For persons who are interested in participating in this course, I say go for it, because you too will be able to find your coping skills, or how the runners and they just psych up themselves when they're on the start line before they start to be focused to finish that race. You would be able to find your coping mechanism.
You give your hand to me, and let me say hello, and I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so, and everyone can tell. You think you know me well, you don't know me.
Hey guys, I am Nigel O'Connor, a singer for all seasons. I am that voice that moves you for every occasion. I am that voice that celebrates life moments one note at a time. I am Nigel O'Connor. You can contact me at 783-0054 or 754-3154. And oh yes, that's me singing in the background.
Nowadays I'm not speaking so.
Brown Eyes Promotion presents We Outside Tobago Carnival 3, October 24th to 27th, an all-inclusive package, inclusive of breakfast, lunch, and accommodations. Smith Drive, Lowlands, Tobago, opposite Gull City Mall. Limited spots. Book yours now. Call 713-4029. Accommodation options: 1 bedroom with a kitchenette, 2 beds, up to 4 people, or 2 bedrooms self-contained, 6 people max, queen size, plus single beds. Check-in time 2:30 p.m. Check out 11 a.m. Limited spots available. Prices with breakfast and lunch: $2,000 per person. Breakfast only $1,700 per person. Half payment due by July 31st. Pay off by September 30th. Non-refundable. Payment plans available. For more info and to book your spots, call 713-4029. We Outside Tobago Carnival 3 from October 24th to 27th. All courtesy Brown Eyes Promotion. We do not own the copyrights for the song playing in the background.
Here today. I want to start by reading a quote for you that is trending online now. Someone sent it to me and I saw it so many times. I think it's good for us to read this quote. I'm sure when I start to read it, you will be familiar with it. It says, "Out of hatred for the cockroach, the ants voted for the insecticide." Out of hatred for the cockroach, the ants voted for the insecticide. They all died, big on in the tail, including the housefly that didn't even vote. They all died, including the housefly that didn't even vote. It says an African proverb, but it could be a Trinidadian and Tobagonian proverb. It is so true of our situation here today. Oh, they have jokes, eh? PNM people have jokes today.
Like what happened? Like we get them the place to run and like they cannot run it or what? Like we get them the place to run and like they cannot run it? What going on? What happened? I said that talk. We get all the place to run and run it, brother.
After me surround the marathon and pull the running. Get the chance about down the place and put the money.
Mass firings, compounded lies, a vindictive AG, a two-day prime minister that is ready to bust her ministers' heads. The UNC cannot run this place.
They must never break our spirit, but people, I want to settle down and talk to you all seriously. A time is coming very soon where we have to stop sitting down in these rooms and start to use our feet, you know. And I feel that time is now. The time is now. Let me tell you why. When people don't care about you, and they're showing you they don't care about you, you must show them that I don't care about you too, but we care about we. And we must show this government that we are citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and we have every right to live in this country as everybody else. If you look like a PNM, they fire you. If you smell like a PNM, they fire you. If you walk like a PNM, they fire you. If you talk like a PNM, they fire you. And this budget is no different. We have to stand, and the time coming. Oh, you see this meeting in these rooms? We had to leave these rooms, you know, people. We had to leave these rooms, you know. State of emergency or not, we will obey the law. We will walk in single file. We will write to ask for permission. But we must be out on the streets to let them know that we're not taking what they're trying to give we. Let me tell you how deceitful and deceptive this government is.
Local government election come in and they seem to have a problem with Port of Spain. But as the MP for Port of Spain, North St. Anne's West, you have plenty more problems coming your way. Plenty. Look outside here and you will see Central Block, Port of Spain General Hospital. If you all don't open that in the next few months, we will be outside that hospital waiting for you. Because it is the people of Port of Spain, Diego Martin, Lavantil, all of us who looking for employment in that hospital. And just because it's built by the PNM, go play, you're coming to lick it up.
Like what happened? Like we get them the place to run and like they cannot run it or what? Like we get them the place to run and like they cannot run it? What going on? What happened? I said that talk. We get all the place to run it, brother.
After me surround the marathon and pull the running. Get the chance about down the place and put the money.
Mass firings, compounded lies, a vindictive AG, a two-day prime minister that is ready to bust her ministers' heads. The UNC cannot run this place.
They must never break our spirit, but people, I want to settle down and talk to you all seriously. A time is coming very soon where we have to stop sitting down in these rooms and start to use our feet, you know. And I feel that time is now. The time is now. Let me tell you why. When people don't care about you, and they're showing you they don't care about you, you must show them that I don't care about you too, but we care about we. And we must show this government that we are citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and we have every right to live in this country as everybody else. If you look like a PNM, they fire you. If you smell like a PNM, they fire you. If you walk like a PNM, they fire you. If you talk like a PNM, they fire you. And this budget is no different. We have to stand, and at the time coming, you see this meeting in these rooms, we had to leave these rooms, people. We had to leave these rooms, State of emergency or not, we will obey the law. We will walk in single file. We will write to ask for permission. But we must be out on the streets to let them know that we're not taking what they're trying to give we. Let me tell you how deceitful and deceptive this government is.
Local government election come in and they seem to have a problem with Port of Spain. But as the MP for Port of Spain, North St. Anne's West, you have plenty more problems coming your way. Plenty. Look outside here and you will see Central Block, Port of Spain General Hospital. If you all don't open that in the next few months, we will be outside that hospital waiting for you. Because it is the people of Port of Spain, Diego Martin, Lavantil, all of us who looking for employment in that hospital. And just because it's built by the P&M, go play, you're coming to lick it up.
Tuned again. I walk my finger to the bone for my country. I squeeze the out a stone for my country. The people in authority mashing up my family. So much a years that we sweat and toil. It's bleed and tears wait till the soil, but we still suffering today. And we children can't see the way. Hey, I wake up in the morning and there's unemployment. I can't take that. I wake up in the morning and it's more retrenchment. I can't take that. When they want to stop all this humiliation, I can't take that. Wake up in the morning, more frustration. I can't take that. No, ain't taking that. So the people ain't taking that. Ain't taking that. So the people ain't taking that. Ain't taking that. So the people ain't taking that. Ain't taking that. So the people ain't taking that. I like to live, but my life is a scramble. I had to teach to put a bread on the table. You mock democracy, licking up my dignity. So much a hungry mouth is to feed. As we cry blood just to sow the seed, but we still suffering in pain. And children feeling the strain. I wake up in the morning and there's unemployment. I can't take that. I wake up in the morning and there's more retrenchment. I can't take that. When they go to stop all this humiliation, I can't take that. I wake up in the morning and there's more frustration. I can't take that. No, ain't taking that. So people ain't taking that. Ain't taking that. So people ain't taking that. Ain't taking that. So the people ain't taking that. Ain't taking that. So the people ain't taking that. Again. To cry from the belly of the nation. You mash the corn and the cause aggravation. Life under poverty is endless agony. And after all that we sacrifice, dog it within and we pay the price. But we must get justice today, so we children could see the way. Hey, I wake up in the morning and there's unemployment. I can't take that. I wake up in the morning and there's more retrenchment. I can't take that. When they gonna stop all this humiliation, I can't take that. I wake up in the morning and there's more frustration. I can't take that. No, ain't taking that. So the people ain't taking that. Again. Ain't taking that. So the people ain't taking that. Again. Ain't taking that. So the people ain't taking that. Again. Ain't taking that. So the people ain't taking that. Give us this day our daily bread. Because a hungry man is a hungry man. Pick up in the morning on his own employment. I can't take that.
Information provided by the speakers and or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.